Live now. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. Sorry, y'all. I had my light set up to go long ways like it's supposed to, but YouTube won't let me do that. I don't know why. And now I gotta reset up my tripod.
Use that thing that's hanging on the back of there and flip it.
Okay. Alright. Like this, I guess. Nah, don't touch it. Laura Shago, how's it going? Just popped up to say hi to everybody. Dave Glacier, how's it going? Joe, what's up? Couldn't get out on the bank tonight. I had my son wound up in the hospital and broke his leg in like 3 spots. They put a rod in his leg. And yeah, he just got out of the hospital today. So I had to cancel my birthday bash on the bank like I always use. Local 252, how's it going? Thank you. Alright, I'm not going to wear this that long. Dang, I can't breathe in that thing. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, my son wound up in the hospital, so I had to cancel all my out on the bank lives. So figured I'd go live for a few minutes in the house just to say hi to everybody because I ain't been live much. But sometimes life just tells us what we can and cannot do. Rob, how's it going? Bank fishing, how's it going? Thanks, appreciate it. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Yeah, I was trying to get the YouTube to go regular where it's long ways, but for some reason it made me go straight up and down. I don't know. I tried going to the advanced settings and change things, and I couldn't figure out what it was doing. I have no clue. But thank you, Joe. Yeah, I'm officially old as dirt. So old, I owe Jesus Christ $1. Yeah, I told my buddy, he was over here earlier, I told my buddy, I said, yeah, at midnight, I'll be officially so old that my first pet was a T-Rex. I know it, Laura. I'm not worried about the rain, sleet, and stuff. I'm not worried about it. I'd still been out there. My issue is bait issues, what mine boiled down to. So with Brandon being in the hospital for the week he was in there, I was supposed to make it down at Taylorville Lake. A good friend of mine was going to take care of it and hook me up with some bait so I can have some bait in my freezer. And that I didn't get a chance to. I had to go up in the hospital with Brandon, so I had to cancel going and getting bait. And they ain't biting around here for some reason. Rob, thank you for the birthday wishes. I hope I catch one too. I'm gonna get out as soon as possible. It might be next weekend, but right now with my going through recovery, it's basically waiting on him to get good enough to do stuff. See, that's what I was wondering too. That's what they was doing. Fluffing stuff, how's it going? Yeah, I don't understand why they're doing that. I guess they're trying to bring in more people. I don't know, but you know, I feel like I'm on, you know, one of the other platforms doing lives when it's like this. I like it this way where it's a full screen, but I mean, we're sitting at the house, so I guess it really don't matter. You know, and we're just sitting here talking. Unfortunately, I try to get on my StreamYard working again. I can't figure out why it won't let me work. I use StreamYard. I'm going to have to contact them and find out what's going on because it will not allow me to use StreamYard at all. Because I was hoping on using StreamYard this weekend because I was supposed to go live tonight. I'd supposed to be on the bank at 12:01. Well, I wasn't going to go live till 12:10 because my music video come out. it premiered tonight at 12:01. So I was gonna wait till after the music video premiere, and then I was gonna go live and on YouTube with the StreamYard. That way I can bring people up. Well, see, I was trying to check it out, but I got to figure it out. Okay, well, I might try to work it out because I don't understand why I did this, because I went into advanced settings and it wouldn't even let me change it. It wouldn't even give me the option to change it. It says either you go this way or you don't go live at all. Because I clicked on it and I try to go out and go back in, go back. I've been messing with it for like 10 minutes before I went live, trying to see if I can get it to go long ways, and it wouldn't let me. It just said, no, you're going this way or you're not going live at all. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check into the settings to find out what's going on, because yeah, I don't like it being this way. I don't mind it for other platforms, but for this one I like it long ways.
Do you have anybody to join?
Small Pepper, how's it going? Thanks for joining. We're just sitting around the house cooking and shooting the stuff right now. I couldn't get out on the bank like I normally would for my birthday and try to catch some fish because my son wound up in the hospital. So we on here just doing a little bit of short live. I probably won't stay on here maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes. We just figured I'd come in and say hi to everybody since I ain't had a chance to say hi to everybody. Dream, thanks for the birthday wishes. Yeah, Laura, I'm glad I got it out tonight too. I just wish I wouldn't have had to rush it. If I could have waited for the friends to come over to where I could have had the stalking part where I was stalking the girl through the video, then yeah, it would have been a better video. Yeah, Small Pepper, he's gonna be okay. He went looking for his daughter the other day, and when he did, he was on a moped, hit a patch of gravel, fell and broke his leg in 3 spots. They had to put a solid rod from his kneecap all the way to his ankle, and he was in the hospital for about 3 days, 3.5 days. They just let him out of the hospital today. He just got home. So I've been staying home because, like I told him, because he said I should have went and got the bait, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to drive an hour and a half away from here, and then them call me and say that they need me there or something like that. Eugene, how's it going? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Yes, Small Pepper, it was crazy. I got a picture on my Facebook of it. It was a nightmare. You literally, his leg was sitting like this. He broke it bad. So, and then the bad matter is, him being my son, he decided he was going to try to pop it back in place because he was away from the house and the moped he was riding wasn't his. So he tried to pop it back in place and stand up, realized he was standing crooked, jumped on the moped, rode it home. He got home and he was beeping the horn like crazy to try to get somebody to come out to help him.
Let's talk to it.
No, I don't want to talk to him. But yeah, he beeping the horn like crazy so he can get some attention. And when he wrecked the moped, it bent the handlebar, so it was forcing it to the left side. I mean the right side. And yeah, sure enough, as soon as he got to the house and went to lean to the other side, the good side, the moped decided it was going the opposite direction and landed right back on that leg.
This is the left side.
Yeah, he's going to be recovering. He's got to take physical therapy for probably about 6 to 8 weeks to learn how to walk with the rod in his leg, which he's not going to want to do. Like he said, it had to happen right now in the middle, right beginning when it's starting to get cold, right before winter, because now he's going to be out in that cold. That is a solid steel rod, so it's going to be crazy. But he's a tough little booger, so I think he'll be all right. Yeah, I wish I could have people come up on panel, but it won't let me bring nobody up on panel. That'd be nice. That was the original plan. I had originally, before this weekend, before everything happened, we actually had about 5 of us that was supposed to be on panel in full makeup. I was supposed to be on the riverbank with the bank decorated like I do every year. Rods out, all of us in full costumes. I actually had a bunch of my friends that was supposed to come, that was wanting to come over and go fishing with me, and they was actually going to basically walk down the bank towards the camera as I went live, dressed as zombies. So it was going to be an awesome live, but we'll just have to do it another day. Just have to do it another day. Wendy, how's it going? Thanks for the birthday wishes. Yeah, I can't be on the bank, so we're here. Figured I'd go live for, 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour at the most, just to say hi to everybody, because I haven't been on YouTube much. Just when I thought that I was going to start getting on here more, life hits you in the butt and tells you otherwise, I'm hoping next week pans out better than what I'm envisioning it to play out, because we're right at our peak season for work, which means I normally work 6 days a week, 10-hour shifts, which don't give you no time to go anywhere and catch and do any fishing. And I'm hoping it don't start this weekend. I'm hoping it's going to be the following weekend. That way I can get out, because I would love to go collect some bait before it gets too cold and all the bait fish go so deep and stop biting completely. It would be nice, because normally right this time of year I'd have at least enough bait in my freezer to do 6 or 7 trips. That way if I needed to get out, I could go out and do it. But right now I'm bait 3 bluegills this big and a creek chub this big is all I got. That's 3 baits, actually 2.5 baits for what I use, especially this time of year. It's 2.5 baits. You want to come say hi? My cat was coming over this way. Do you want to say hi? She's riding. Yeah, Laura's a good friend of the family. I've known her for years. I'm talking, I know a good 20, 25 years. She's great people. She's good. She's a real good friend and a great supporter. She honestly is. And a fellow music lover. Yeah, that's the only good thing I've had this whole week. Yeah, at least 25 years. Because Brandon's 20, yeah, so at least 25 years. We've known each other for quite some time. Yeah, the only good thing about this whole weekend, since I couldn't go nowhere to do anything, I got to get in some lives this weekend on one of the other platforms with some of the biggest celebrities in music. And I was in their lives with them and stuff, and it was pretty awesome. And then I got a live tomorrow with one of my greatest idols in the world. I hope he likes my video and doesn't give me some crap over it, but hey, we'll find out. So we shall see tomorrow about noon, or if I get a comment tonight telling me I need to take my video down, we'll find out. Because the music video I released, I'm not affiliated with Strange Music in any way. The logo I was wearing is not my logo. It's actually another record company's logo that I support. They follow me on one of the other platforms, so I had to make sure in the description it said, well, I'm not supposed to say that platform on here, but the TikTok. I was on there 2 nights ago, and I got to be on there with Ivan Moody, which is the lead singer from Five Finger Death Punch. And then last night I was in there with Dax. So pretty excited about that. Got to chat with them for a few minutes. They only answered like 1 or 2 of my questions because the chat was going so fast. It was just insane. I mean, I went in, they had 450 people when I first went in. I'm like, well, that's not that big of a lie for somebody big time as they are. And sure enough, 2 or 3 minutes later, God, there was 3,000, 4,000 people in there.
But never mind.
What you need her to text to you, Laura? Thank you, Small Pepper. The video was actually rushed. The original video, I had a friend of mine, his wife was going to come down and help me. She said she was going to play the Dumb Blonde Running Through the Woods, because the whole video was supposed to be me stalking her. Oh, the platform's TikTok. I know you're just trying to get me to say it over and over and over. But, yeah, I know. But, yeah, the music video was supposed to be me stalking somebody through the woods. And at the end of the video, you was going to see them with the clown, like not really a clown face, but a jack-o'-lantern face carved into them. Was going to be the original part of the video. And I actually had a whole bunch of other stuff. I cut the first 45 seconds out of the video because of me having to rush it and change it because of my son's injury. The first part started off with a breaking news announcement talking about the serial killer here in Louisville being the Halloween serial killer, which was me. Talking about that, and it showed him busting in the house and trying to find me and couldn't find me. You know, all that crazy stuff. And then it kicked into me waking up and transforming into the creature or whatever. You know, Jekyll Hyde type stuff. I've actually got a lot more music. I've got probably 25 songs I could release in less than a month if I wanted to. My main issue with that is I didn't really want to put them on my page at first. I was going to put them on another page because I got a secondary page. But I'm thinking about taking and pulling all my stuff off of there. The one video, two videos maybe at the most that I got on there, put them on my page now. And close out that other account. Rename it, change it to something else altogether because I don't ever use it. So, and I don't have time to manage 2 or 3 accounts on each platform. One is hard enough, you know, especially working 60, 80 hours a week. One platform is enough. I mean, one channel on each platform is enough. DC Long, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, it'll be coming out soon. Ollie Quick, thanks for coming in. Well, thank you for stopping in. Yeah, normally you'd be coming into a live where I'm sitting out on the bank dressed in full Halloween costume, fishing from the bank with all the creepy stuff behind me. But, yeah, my son got injured, and because of his injury, he just got out of the hospital today. So we had to cancel that live, and I decided, you know what, we'll go live a little bit from the house just to say hi to everybody. But I appreciate you coming in. Yeah, it's just a friendly little get-together in here. I wish I could turn my phone the other direction, y'all. But I got to figure out the settings because it would not let me change it. Now, Club said it could be changed, and if she says it could be changed, it could be changed. I can figure it out. And it's not hard to manage YouTube, but they quit changing it. That's the main issue. They want to keep on changing the platform and the design.
No. You want a biscuit time? No.
All right, Small Pepper, have a good one, buddy. Have a good one.
Ow. What are you doing up? What are you doing up? Sing.
So what's everybody else been up to here lately? I don't know. I'm not used to doing these lives at home. Usually I'm live on the bank and I could talk for 25 hours and got so much to say about the fishing and everything else. But I couldn't tell you if the fish are biting or not. I haven't been out in almost 3 weeks. I'm going crazy. Going insane is what I'm doing. But hey, on a brighter note, at least I'm not freezing to death this time, y'all, because they're calling for 31 degrees tonight with possible sleep nights. So yeah, I guess everything has a reason. Wendy, I understand that. And actually, we have a blessing at the house now because everybody knows my wife's disabled and everything. She can't do much, and I've been doing 90% of the cleaning. A good friend of hers that she grew up with come started staying with us to help out with her. And now I've got to chase her out of the house as far as keeping her from cleaning, because if a piece of dust hits the floor, she's on it. And I'm like, "What are you doing? Sit down and relax."
Like we ate dinner as soon as we got done.
Yeah, we cooked dinner because I had some friends come over, and I'm figuring, it's going to take, we had 8 people eating. I figured, it'd take at least 2 of us to do the dishes and clean up. Yeah, before we can even finish eating, she done washed all the dishes. I'm like, "What are you doing? Chill, sit down and digest your food, woman." But she's been a blessing. She honestly has. She's a sweetheart too. She keeps my wife company, keeps my sister company. So you know what? I couldn't ask for anything better. That's one of the only blessings I've had in quite some time. Because trust me, everything else has been a nightmare. My son getting injured and everything else. Oh, sleep and rain tomorrow night. Okay, Laura. Well, they're talking, what's the temperature tonight supposed to be? Like 32? 31, 32? I know there's a frost warning tonight. Where was you on strike at, Eugene?
I don't know because look at this picture. One day ago, my cousin took this picture. She woke up to that. And I think she lives in Indiana. So.
Yeah, I kind of wish our company would go on strike, because I tell you what, I'm not prepared for this. I mean, they're going to give me a more cushiony job this year. I will be sitting at or standing at a computer telling everybody else what to do, but still I will be working 60 to 70 hours a week. Okay, yes, I understand that now. Know all about it. My buddy works at the Ford plant, and he's been all work because they won't let him come in. And no, Wendy, I can't do cold weather. I'm a skinny, well, if you see my video, y'all know better. My gut sticks out about 12 inches. But I'm a skinny person, so I get cold real quick. I have no meat on my bones. I've been trying for close to 20 plus years to gain weight, and no matter what I do, eat, I've even used weight gains and stuff, the muscle builders, none of it works. I am a warm-natured person, but I'll still get out there. I've got winter gear, and I'll still sit down that bank. If there's snow out there, I don't care. As long as I've got a clearing, I don't care. Give me some bait and my rods, and I will be out there fishing. Don't care. Snow, sleet, ice, rain, doesn't matter. The only thing that bothers me about the rain and the snow is the fact that most of my gear, my camera gear, is not waterproof. Other than that, I don't care. Lori, now you know I eat lean proteins and I eat regular proteins and I eat all that protein stuff. It don't work. I just can't gain weight. And I think it all comes out in my beard. I got about 3 pounds right here that was supposed to be shaved off a few months ago, but now it's getting to the point to where it's going to start getting too cold to shave that off. I'm going to need that to keep my face and neck warm. Pasta and carbs in. Yep, I do that too. Of course, I don't eat like I used to. I used to eat 5 times a day and eat huge plates, but now I don't do it as much. I've lost In 30 days, I lost 15 pounds at work. It took me 4 days of being off work, sitting at a chair and stuffing myself as much as I could to even gain that 15 pounds back. Yeah, Eugene, it's going to get cold everywhere. I hate this too. Buck Williams, how's it going, brother? Yeah, I hate that it gets this cold during Halloween. And everybody's like, it's always been this way. But I remember when I was a kid, we trick-or-treated, and it was warm. You know, the weather was a whole lot warmer than what it is nowadays. These poor kids had to freeze to death to go out. No, Laura, but you know what? I started carrying I started eating combos. I'm on a combos diet right now. When I work the docks, since I burn off so many calories, I walk around with one of them big 3-pound bags of combos in my pocket. And between my breakfast and my first break, I'll munch on those the whole time. And then when I go on first break, I'll eat like a honey bun or something also. Then when I go back, I'll munch on them till it's time to come home for lunch. By the time I get back from lunch, I got 3 or 4 of them left in the bag, and I'll eat them and keep on going. Yeah. But at the same time, on average at my job, I walk close to 56 miles a day. Let's see here. I bend and move. I burn off probably close to 20,000 calories a day because it is non-stop movement. Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, Laura, we'd freeze, but it wasn't like an every. Most of the time, it was warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I used to remember us in Halloween. Matter of fact, I did a haunted forest one year on Halloween night itself, and it was so warm that we actually laid under a big old pile of leaves, wet leaves that fell off the tree, and we wasn't cold. It was warm. We was sweating.
A leaf bag.
Yeah, we was sweating, and I'm like, you know, that nowadays it's like every year you expect snow, ice, sleet, something.
Yeah, it's gonna rain tomorrow. And sleet.
Yeah, Eugene, that's about what our weather did. Last week 2 days ago we was in the 70s all week, and now we're in the 30s, and that's where it's going to stay. Our highs are supposed to be like 50 degrees. But then right after Halloween, 2 days after Halloween, it's supposed to get back up to the 70s with 40 degree temperatures at night. So I'm hoping things turn out better with us having this cold front come through. I'm thinking the day bite's going to pick up. So if I get a chance to go out this weekend, I'm going to probably go to Taylorsville Lake and try to go get some bait and everything else, and I'll probably try to go live from there during the day. I can believe that. Hearing that out of Brandon, I can believe that for sure. Yeah, we're all gonna get sick. We all gonna get sick. It's weather changing from back and forth. And the bad thing about it is I actually got to work today on my birthday. No, this would be the first year in probably 15 years I've had to work on my birthday. And that's because I didn't schedule it off in time. Everybody beat me to the punch and scheduled that day off, and they can only let so many people off. So I got stuck working on my birthday, so they gave me the day before and the day after so I could get my stuff done. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, the weather's going to be crazy. Fluff, I wish it was a hot one right now. It's 32 degrees tonight here. Yeah. Yeah, the pollen is officially gone, Laura, for sure. So you ain't got to worry about that no more. They even just said that on the news that the pollen is gone. Tonight is going to kill it all off. That's exactly what they said on the news. We have a freeze warning, and luckily I don't have any plants left in my garden because they already died off, and the pollen will be gone, which is going to be a blessing. And it'd be nicer if the mosquitoes was gone, but we all know that's not going to happen. They can live through a nuclear meltdown because, yeah, they're just mosquitoes. We went down to shoot that video the other night, and this is no exaggeration. The night before, it got down to 41 degrees. We went out to shoot that music video. It was only like, I think, 48, 50 degrees.
It was
And
warmer than that.
No, actually, it was warmer than that.
It was warm.
It was like 60. It was like 60 degrees the whole night. And we was gonna go fishing too. We were supposed to shoot the video, and then we was gonna, since it's right there where I shot the video is right there where I go fishing at. We was on top of the hill looking down at my fishing spot. And then the rain started coming. Just came in, just sprinkling, just a little bit. But the wind was starting to gust so much that the waves was coming up 2 to 3 foot high. I'm like, with the water that crazy, nothing's going to bite. With it already sprinkling, there's no sense of us even staying because that just means it's going to rain. And this side, on the little Kentucky side where I'm at, had a little bit of cloud here, cloud there, cloud here. Over here on the Indiana side, it was so dark gray that I was like, yeah, there's a storm coming. I'm not going to stay out here. Yeah, mosquitoes will not go away. We went out the other night, and as soon as we got up there to shoot the video, Rachel was walking down there. She had her headlamp on because she was going to help me shoot the video. And she was walking down there, and she had to take her headlamp off because the bugs were flying in her eyes and she couldn't see. And I'm like, yeah, even though it got cold all week and you would think the bugs would be gone. Nope, they're not gone. They just chilling and waiting for you. Dana, man, what is going on? I appreciate the birthday wishes. Yeah, you know me, I was supposed to be on the bank, but I'm not out there tonight. Guerrero, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. And thanks for the birthday wishes. Yeah, we didn't get to go fishing tonight. My son got injured. He broke his leg, and he just got out of the hospital today. So we had to cancel our normal Halloween on the bank live like I normally do. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll catch it next year, I guess. Yeah, he messed it up, Guerrero. He broke it in 3 spots. They had to put a rod from his kneecap to his ankle. He was in the hospital for 3 days, and he just got home today. I was supposed to be on the bank tonight at 5:30, so I could start setting up all the decorations on the bank. And he didn't get out of the hospital today till right at 5:30 is when they was releasing him. So, yeah, I didn't even try to set up. Yeah, he messed it up good. Baby, can you do me a favor? Can you give me some coffee? He messed it up nice and good, y'all. He went to go check on his daughter. She was at the park down the street from his house, which is actually a boat ramp on the river. And he went down there to check on him. He's riding a buddy of his moped down there to check on her. And as he was coming back up the hill from going down there to check on her, hit a patch of gravel, and it laid it down and twisted it at the same time. And he tried to catch it with his leg, and his leg just didn't happen. And then he was silly enough to think, well, you know what? I'm a pretty tough guy, which he is. He's tough as a box of nails. He decides to try to pop it back in place and then get up and stand on it. Well, he realized he was standing at an angle and that he couldn't stand up that great. So he jumps on the moped, rides it home. So as soon as he pulls in the yard, he's beeping the horn like crazy, trying to get somebody to come out there and help him. And unfortunately, when he wrecked the moped, it bent the handlebars and the forks, so it shifts to the left, which happens to be the leg he broke. And thank you, baby. He shifted to the left, so he tries to lean it to the right to where he can stand on his good leg. But unfortunately, the moped had better plans because it was already jerked this way. So it threw it back down on that broken leg again.
Yeah. What is it?
The noise opera. Thank you. She's trying to kill me, y'all. She didn't put no sugar in it.
I put 2 spoons in.
She said she put
I put 2 spoons in.
Why does it smell like cinnamon? I know y'all have seen that that thing that's been going on all the shorts that says if your drink smells like cinnamon, don't drink it because cinnamon is used to cover up poison. Yeah. Why does it smell like cinnamon?
Let's see what Laura gave you. Frankenstein head.
It looks like a Franken SpongeBob. A Franken SpongeBob. That's what that looks like. I don't know what it is.
Looks like a Frankenstein head.
I don't know. It's so small, but it looks like SpongeBob. SpongeBob SquarePants. I'm sorry, Laura. We're trying to figure out what that little symbol is. It looks like a SpongeBob. Yeah, it does look cute. It looks like a little Frankenstein SpongeBob. So that's what we're trying to do. She's trying to figure out what it is. She's like, what is that little thing? See, she said it is a SpongeBob thing. It's a Franken SpongeBob. That's what happens when you get old, Laura. You know how that goes. Them eyes go like this. And you can't see nothing no more. Yeah.
This is a square guy.
Yeah,
Square head.
same thing. Eugene, I've got all kinds of ghost stories. I just haven't been. I was supposed to start putting them out and never did. But I'll tell y'all a kicker. Anybody that's been in my lives when I've been out fishing knows that, they know that I have an issue. Every time I go down there, something's happening. It's the weirdest thing. If you watch any of my lives, I've got big footprints in the mud or in the sand. Got that on video. When I was live with Catfish Regulators, we did a 1v1. I had something coming down stalking me in the woods. We found that out to be a mountain lion, which there are not supposed to be no mountain lions in Kentucky, but we found it to be a mountain lion because of the size of the prints.
Paw print.
The paw prints were about this big, and I've seen some big bobcats, but none with that paw print that big. So it was declared that it was mountain lion because when I sent it into imaging or whatever for it, it said it was mountain lion, but then Kentucky Fish and Wildlife said they don't exist here. And I'm like, well, if they don't exist, and how did I have one walk up behind me and I got his footprint in the sand, and that's where this picture come from. I've come down there hearing tree knocks, have something throwing rocks in the water. Those are all of my lives. And, well, I'm starting to figure something out because I keep on seeing, and the
Skinwalker.
No. What Dan's talking about is I was leaving that exact live. The one I was just talking about, the one with Catfish Regulators. I seen something in the bushes, and what I seen, I've never seen anything like it before. And I've seen some weird stuff in my life because I've been into some weird stuff in my life. And I haven't done anything, I haven't been messing with the Lord's lettuce or none of that stuff. Not taking anything I'm not supposed to be taking. But I seen a little creature in the grass. We got this tall grass that comes up to a little bit, almost to your chest height. And I seen these eyes glowing in there with my headlamp, even though the sun was coming up, and I'm sitting there having my headlamp on. And about that time, I seen something. I looked over, and I saw what it looked like, and then it ran from one. They went from one tall patch of grass to another tall patch of grass. Well, it scared me so bad I didn't go fishing for 2 weeks. Did not go down there, would not go live, didn't come on YouTube. I had people on YouTube contacting me, asking me what was going on. And I told them, I'm like, look, dude, I don't know if I want to go back down there or not. But that night was just that crazy. But I think I figured out what it is, which is going to sound even crazier. But I do believe we have a shapeshifter.
A skinwalker.
There, the place where I fish is all Native American land. Every bit of it's Native American land. It's even got a plaque that states that you're on Native American crossing land for the river. And so we know it's Native American land. So I'm cool with that. I'm Native American. I'm 65% Native. So, well, to top everything off, the other night I was leaving, I haven't had anything crazy go on. Nothing crazy go on for the last 4 months. I'm like, you know what? Cool. Everything's cleared up. I ain't got to worry about anything. Apparently, whatever was over here is gone. I haven't had no footprints in the sand. I haven't seen the little creatures or nothing like that. All right, Dan, thanks for stopping in, brother. Good night. Get you some rest. Don't work too hard tomorrow. I got to get up and go to work here I ain't got to be working until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, but I got to work all day, so it is what it is. But get you some rest. But yeah, the other day, I hadn't seen anything. Only thing I ever see down there anymore is my deer. There's a group of deer, probably 10, 12 deer down there at all times. I think I put a short on here of those. Called them my pet deer, because they usually come right almost up to me if I'm out there fishing. They'll come, within 25, 30 yards of me to see what I'm doing. And I call them my pet deer. Well, every time I leave, of course, it's usually dark, so I got my headlamp on. I'll turn and I'll see the eyes shine. And I'll look over on the other side. I'll see eyes shine on the other side. And I'm like, okay, well, it's just my deer buds. It ain't no big deal. As long as they don't charge me, I'm okay. It's season now. I got to be careful because right now they're pretty protective. But I'm like, cool, no big deal. Well, I was sitting there watching them one day. Thank you, YT. I was watching them one day when I was walking out because there was a big group of them together like there normally is, but there was two on the other side. On the other side of me, I'm like, why they split the group up? They normally don't do that often. Well, about that time, I saw one set of eyes that was in there, looked the same as all the rest of them, drop real low, like they laid down in the grass. I'm like, okay, cool. They're just laying down. Well, about that time, the eyes changed shape. I'm like, am I seeing stuff? So I stopped walking. I started looking at it, watching it. Well, then all of a sudden, this short pair of eyes started walking real slow. And I mean, it dropped down to the size of a dog or something and was walking in between these two trees that come through. And you can see the eyes shine through the trees. Well, when it got closer, it looked like, it almost looked like wolf eyes is what they look like. And I'm like, well, it can't be a dang wolf because it was just standing there with a deer, and it would not be standing there. The deer wouldn't be standing there with a wolf there. They did back up a little bit when it started crawling, but other than that, didn't phase them any. Then it started trying to walk closer and get closer and closer to me. By this time, I had done pulled out my pew-pew. I'm like, whatever's coming up on me, you might want to turn around and back up. And it did. It turned around and backed up. And yeah, I'm honestly believing all the crazy things that's happened down there to me has been a shapeshifter. One creature causing all the issues. And I've caught on to it. And now every time I go down there, I see something, I announce that I know what it is, and it leaves me alone. I don't hear it the rest of the night or see it. But yeah, as far as other ghost stories, I've got all kinds of them. All kinds of them. I don't know which ones I've told on here. Guess I can tell you I can tell you a little bit about the one when me and my ex-wife was together. I don't know if I've told y'all that one or not. Let me know if y'all have heard the one about me and my ex-wife together, about the little girl in the house. If not, I'll tell you that one. Yeah, Eugene, I just now seen that comment. Yeah, seeing deer means there's no predators around. Usually there are usually no predators around, but there have been predators up there with the deer up there with me. But see, the other night when me and my wife went up there to shoot the video, that music video, the deer wasn't there, and there was an eerie quiet. I'm like, yeah, it's not good. But because they're always down there when I go down there and come back. All right, so y'all ain't heard that one. Okay. Well, when I was like 20, me and my first wife got together when I was like 20 years old. Bought our first house, everything. Well, at that time, I was into some crazy dark stuff. Harry, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. I was in some crazy stuff. I mean, I was into the darker magics of things, studying darker things. And a lot of times, if I went into a house or went anywhere, if there was any kind of energy around it all, spiritual energy around, I could feel it. They used to call me a radar because I could walk into a building and tell you if there was any spirits in it, just as soon as I walk into it. Well, we bought this house, and right before we bought it, my wife, knowing who I was and what I used to do, her first thing is, before we buy the house, because I told her, I said, you pick out the house. If you want it, we're buying it. I'll be at work, because I worked all day. I'm like, as long as you're happy there, I'm cool. I don't care. You're the one that's going to be there, living there. As long as you're happy, I don't care. And then she's like, well, before we buy the house, I want you to go look at it. Harry, I know a few people that have been that's actually happened to them, and they didn't enjoy it though. But yeah, it's happened.
I kind of enjoyed it.
But she's like, before we buy the house, she said, I want you to see it. I'm like, well, what do you want me to see it for? Okay. I guess our internet crashed again. Yeah. See, that was another issue I had with YouTube. I'll get to that in a minute. It wasn't YouTube, it's my dang internet. But yeah, she's like, well, I don't care if you see the house. She said, but I want you to see that house before we buy it. I'm like, okay. She said, I don't want to go buying a house until we know anything about it. So we talked to the realtor. They was nice enough to come in, because I didn't get off work till like 7 o'clock at night. She was nice enough to come down there, let us do a walk through the house since I hadn't seen it. And I walked through for a few minutes, and I made everybody else stay outside so I can feel if there was anything in the house other than regular people. Didn't feel nothing. Matter of fact, it felt calm and peaceful, more than any other house I've ever been in, including the house we were staying at the time. So I walked outside. I looked at my wife at the time. I'm like, I don't feel nothing. I said, we should be good. She said, well, I didn't want to bring the babies home, the kids home, and into a house like the one we're leaving that has problems. I'm like, no, I didn't feel nothing. We should be golden. So we started moving our stuff in. We got moved in. We were living there 3 or 4 months. 3 or 4 months, not an issue. And then I come home from work one day, and my wife was yelling and screaming at me. And I'm like, what's wrong? She said, there's a ghost in this house. I'm like, there's not a ghost in this house. We done checked this house out. There's nothing here. Chill out. Get off of whatever you're on, because it's making you see stuff that's not here. She's like, I'm telling you, there's a ghost in this house. I'm like, whatever. So this went on for about 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I mean, every day she'd yell about this ghost. I'm like, there's not a ghost in this house. There's not a ghost in this house. Just chill. Well, about the third week goes by. I come home. She's sitting on the front porch, but she never come outside. And I'm like, what are you doing? She goes, I'm not going back in that house. I'm like, why? What is wrong with you? She's like, there's a ghost of a little girl in our house, and I'm not going back in there. I'm like, there's not a ghost in that house. I said, I don't know what's going on with you. If it's just, something because you just had a baby, or, if your hormones are off, but there's no ghost in that house. Well, about that time, my brother-in-law, my wife now's brother, which was into the same stuff I was, starts walking down the street coming towards the house. And he lived a couple miles away, so he didn't come over that often because he didn't have a vehicle. He comes walking up. He's standing on a porch, and me and my wife at the time was arguing over a ghost that's not there. And she's like, I've been trying to tell him there's a ghost in his house. I'm like, there is no ghost in this house. About that time, my brother-in-law looked at me and goes, you mean that little girl standing behind your speaker? And if y'all could see the dumbfounded look on my face, because I just went to duh, had this dumbfounded look on my face because I've got these speakers that stood, they was 4 foot tall. They had two 12-inch subwoofers in each speaker, so they stood about 4 foot tall. And I happened to look in the house like this, and you see a little girl, plain as day, peeking out behind the speaker. I'm like, what the heck? He goes, yeah, I've seen her here about a dozen times. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, do what? He goes, yeah, I thought you knew about her, so I didn't say anything. I'm like, well, that's weird. Why ain't I never seen her? And why didn't I feel her when I come in the house? Well, I talked my wife into going back in the house. Told her, I said, it's just a little girl. It's not going to hurt you. I said, she didn't have no red glow or nothing to her. She's not evil. She looked like she was scared of us. So, you ain't got nothing to worry about. She's probably worried and scared because she's a child. Let's not give her a reason to be scared anymore. So we went back in the house. Everything was cool for a couple days. And then one night we was going to sleep. About 1 o'clock in the morning. Had the kids in the front room. Exactly, Lord. She didn't want me to see her. And there's a reason for that, and you'll get to that. I don't know if you've heard this story or not, but we had the kids in the front room. It was a shotgun house. It was one room, it was a bedroom in the front, a bedroom in the center, and bathroom and kitchen. Shotgun house, typical shotgun house. The kids was in the front room. Well, we heard something grabbing the door, like they was trying to open up the front door. Of course, me being a father, my kids are in the front room. I go to jump up. Well, before I do, there's a little touch-tone lamp in my kid's room, and the light comes on. It comes on its own. I didn't touch it, and the door rattling stopped. Well, about that time, I'm like, how'd the light come on? The kids are in cribs because they was little bitty. I had one that was just newborn. He was less than 2 months old, 3 months old. And his brother was only 2 years old, so he was in a crib because he liked to get into things while he was asleep. Joshua, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, he's like, I'm like, how did that happen? I was like, I know he didn't do it and everything else. Well, about that time, I walked in there and I checked on the door. Door was still locked. Kids were sound asleep. I'm like, oh, well, that was weird. I said, I know for a fact I heard that front door. So I went in. I made sure the door was locked again. It had the chain on it and everything else. I checked on the kids. Walked back into the bedroom. As I was walking in, I turned the touch-on lamp off, which had, on-off setting is the only thing on there. Turned it off. Went back, get in bed. Before I could get underneath the covers, the door started making noise again. The light come on. I'm like, what is going on in there? By this time, my wife at the time literally had the blankets up to here. I'm like, why are you covering your face? She goes, I bet you it's that little girl. I'm like, well, that little girl with me turning the touch-tone lamp on. Well, so, Backbreaking Metal, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Maybe she's scared of the dark. Yep, maybe. But yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So about this time, I'm like, something's weird going on. I said, maybe it is the spirit, maybe she's trying to tell us something. So about that time, I decided, you know what, let me go check on the kids. Let me move the lamp closer to our room, leave it in the kids' room, but move it closer to the door. And I moved it closer to the door to where we could see it better and it wouldn't wake up the kids. So I turned it off, and instead of getting in bed, I sit on the edge of the bed, closest to that door as I could. The second I heard that doorknob rattle, I jumped up and I ran as fast as I could. I grabbed that door, moved the chain, popped it open, nothing out there. Mind you, the first 2 times I got up, I done looked out the peephole and out the window. There wasn't nothing there anyway. But this time I yanked the door open as fast as I could. Nothing out there. before I could get the door open, the lamp come on. So then I'm like, okay, there's got to be a logical explanation. There's got to be a logical explanation. Maybe the plug has got a short in it. Maybe the door, the wind's blowing the door and causing the wall to vibrate. It's a very old house. Maybe it's shaking the wall. Maybe it's causing the breaker to flick or whatever, something. So I started pushing on the door frame. No, lamp didn't budge. Turned it off, stayed off. Started, closed the door. I locked it back up. I walked by. I shook the table the lamp was on. Nothing. So then I'm shaking the wall plug where it plugs in. Nothing. Lamp stayed off. Touched it come on. Touched it went off. Kept on messing with it. I'm like, what's going on? So I walked back in the bedroom and I turned it back off, walked back in the bedroom, sit on the edge of the bed, did the same thing. This time, door went off again, light come on, and the door kept on making noise, so I slowly walked in there as quietly as I could. I saw the door handle shake a little bit. About that time, I run up, bust the door open again as fast as I could. Nothing. I was like, well, something's messing with me and I'm tired of it.
What it is in the
So
house.
about this time, I shut the door, I locked the door. By this time, my wife, the blanket's completely covering her head completely. I mean, you can't see nothing, not even the top of her hair. She's got the pillow on top of that. I think she's trying to smother herself or something. She's freaking out. So I'm like, maybe he was right. Maybe it was that little girl trying to talk to us. So I sit on the edge of the bed and I looked at her. I said, you want to see something? She said, what's that? I said, we'll find out real quick if that's what's going on. She's like, how are we going to do that? I said, watch. And I was like, hey, if it's just a little girl in there talking to us and using the light, can you turn it back on to tell us it's you? At that time, the light come on. By this time, my wife's freaking out even worse. She's already trying to get clothes off the floor that she'd taken off the night before to get dressed to get out the door. I'm like, just lay still and chill. So I'm like, I said, so you could turn the light on and off, huh? About that time, it went off. I said, well, I said, can I ask you some questions? Here's how we'll do it. You turn it, you touch the light lamp one time. If it's yes, touch it twice if it's no. I said, is that okay? Light come on. I'm like, I guess that's okay. And then I'm like, is there somebody trying to get in the house? Light goes off. Okay. I said, are you in danger? Blink, blink. I'm like, okay. So you're in danger. Are the kids in danger? Blink, blink. I'm like, is it somebody that hurt you? Blink. I'm like, so it is the person that hurt you. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So for almost 45 minutes, I had a conversation with this little girl using a touch-tone lamp. Weirdest thing I've ever done. That's why I own one now, because if I ever do any more spirit hunting like I want to, it will be taken with me, because I know they can use them. Long story short, we asked her, because I told my wife, I said, you might not want to listen to this last part. Because by this time, we done found out she was her age. We done found out close to what her name was, which I'm not going to mention because I'm not sure if they ever got the case closed. So I don't want to say much about it. But we done asked her all that stuff. So I had to ask her the most important questions. First off, did that person hurt you in this house? Blink. One time for yes. I'm like, okay. So she died in this house. King Monk, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. No, I'm not a Freemason. But I'm like, so they killed you in the house. Okay. And about this time, my wife's already walking out the back door. She had done got up and started walking out the back door. And I looked at her, I was like, just stop for a second. And I said, last question. Did they ever find your body in the house? Blink, blink. Twice for no. I'm like, great. And my wife's like, so her body's still in the house. I'm like, that's what she's saying. Well, I get up. We didn't have a cell phone at the time, no home phone. So I got up. By this time, it's 3:30 in the morning. I run to the payphone. I wake my stepdad up because he's got a camcorder. I wanted him to come out, and I wanted him to record this lamp. He wouldn't do it because, of course, he woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work, and he was a little mad because I woke him up. But I wanted some video proof of this. He was the only person I knew at that time that had a camcorder. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't get a camcorder, so now we're just going to do what we got to do. Well, the gentleman across the street from us happened to be the alderman of the neighborhood. I don't know if y'all know what an alderman is, but he's basically like the spokesman for the neighborhood. He had been there for 25 years. The next morning, I get up and I walk over there because I seen him outside, and I was like, can I ask you a question? He said, yeah, Troy, what you need? I said, has there ever been any little girls come up missing from this neighborhood? Oh, he said, yeah, there was actually a little girl that come up missing out of your house. The poor girl just wandered off in the middle of the night and they never seen her again. I'm like, oh, she wandered off, huh? He said, yeah, the family was devastated. He said they think she got out of the front door and somebody snatched her and they've never seen her since. I'm like, huh? I said, she wouldn't happen to be such and such years old, stand about this tall and look like this? He goes, yeah, she was. Why? Did you find a picture of her? I said, no, her spirit's in my house. He's like, no. He goes, I don't believe in all that stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm just telling you. I said, did they ever question the family as suspects? He goes, actually, they was questioning the father a lot, who just passed away 3 days, 4 days before all this chaos started happening. I'm like, huh. I'm like, so they never found her body, huh? He said, nope. I said, I know why they didn't find it. He said, what do you mean? I said, it's in my house. And for the first hour, he didn't believe me. Did not believe me. He thought I was crazy. I was waiting for him to call the police and have them come over and put me in a straitjacket, something. I was expecting, here it comes. I'm going straight to the nut house because I must be crazy. Well, he come over, knocked on the door. He goes, you mind if I come in? I said, I don't mind at all. Not going to say the gentleman's name because, his privacy. We'll call him Jerry. That way because I'm going to have to talk about Jerry a little bit. We'll call him Jerry. I'm like, no, come on in, Jerry. You're fine. He goes, is your wife home? I said, yeah. He goes, can I talk to her? I said, yeah. So I called my wife. She come in there. She said, hey, Jerry, how you doing? He goes, I'm doing all right. He goes, Troy, come over and gave me some crazy story a minute ago. She goes, it's not a story. He goes, so you're agreeing with what he said? She said, yeah, I saw everything. I saw her before he saw her. And he's like, y'all are just playing games, right? And she described her to a T, down to every hair and everything. He goes, that's exactly what the clothes that she was wearing. He said, that's the exact same clothes that's in the photo when they was looking for the girl. She said, I'm not staying in this house no more. She had already started packing up her stuff. She was moving in her mom's, or going to stay at her mom's house until we got things taken care of. So she says, I'm going to go stay at my mom's house until we get things taken care of. Well, I looked at him. I'm like, you being the alderman in the neighborhood, what'd I do in this situation? He said, what do you mean? I said, well, it's not like I can call the police department and go, hey, I believe there's a body in my house of a little girl that's been missing. I'm not sure, but I think there is. And I need y'all to come check it out. He goes, no, you can't do that. I'm like, yeah, that's the problem I'm having. What can I do? He said, nothing. The only thing you can do is start looking around. If you find anything, leave it alone. And I looked at him. I'm like, I don't have to look around. I know where it's at. He said, what do you mean? Well, when we bought the house, it had 2 fireplaces. The one, and they was both boarded up. The one in the front room, the kids' room, only had 2 or 3 screws in it. That's it, just 2 or 3 screws. And the chimney was still fully intact and everything else. So you could clean it out and use it or whatever. The one in our bedroom had over 40 screws this far apart, all the way around it, and had sealer all the way in there, sealing it, glued. You could see the what do they call it, silicone, come out of the edges all the way down. When you go up in the attic, the chimney was broke in half, and they had a metal cap over top of it that was sealed airtight and bolted to the chimney, into the concrete. I'm like, I don't have to look. There's no crawl space in this house, so it's not in a crawl space. There's no hidden places in the floor. Our backyard's all brick. There's no way they would put her out back. And she's not in the attic because I done checked the whole attic out when I was trying to put more insulation up there to warm it up in the house. I'm like, but it's kind of weird that this is closed up this way, and the top of it's closed off. Excuse me. So I'm like, okay, well, we know where she's at. Well, I argued with my wife for about 25, 30 minutes, telling her I was going to pull the cover off of the fireplace. She's like, you're not doing anything till I leave. Well, she going out the door, and then I realize after she leaves, she wasn't leaving to go to her mom's. She was going to leave to go to a guy's house that she had been talking to. So everything went to heck in a handbasket from that point, because now my kids are going someplace that I didn't want them. So I had just overlooked all that stuff. Well, long story short, I stopped paying the rent over that house, the mortgage. They went to foreclose on it because I wasn't staying there no more either. And the bank called me up because I was about to have to pay all that out of pocket. You know, they was literally trying to sue me for the money I owed because I hadn't lived there that long. And I had a bank come in. They were like, look, you owe such and such amount of money. I think I owed like $35,000 or something like that, $31,000. Because we only paid $32,000 when we bought it. That is how long ago it was. They're like, you owe $31,000. I've got another bank here offering to pay you $31,000 what you owe. I'm like, okay. They said they'll buy it right out from underneath you as is. I'm like, okay, well that sounds good. At least I won't get the foreclosure on my, on my back, and I won't get stuck with this money y'all are trying to hit me for, because I can't live here no more. Well, they come in and they asked me questions. They told me to meet them at the house to let them in and everything else to check things out. So I met them at the house. They walked in, they did a look around and everything else. They're like, is there anything we need to know about the house? So I told them the story. They looked at the fireplace, had a grim look on their face, and said, well, I can't mark that down on, us selling it, saying that there's a possibility. But if anything turns up, we'll be aware of it beforehand. Well, about a week later, after I sold the house, after we signed the paperwork, they had a crew go in there to redo the house so they can flip it. I get a phone call from the alderman. There's 3 police cars and a dark van sitting out in front of that house, carrying something out in a bag.
It's a coroner's office.
That's what I'm believing it was too, coroner's office. They never said anything. It never hit the news. It never did anything. I watched the news for probably a month straight waiting for it to pop out, and it didn't pop out. So I don't know what they found or what's going on. I do believe her father did something to her, and he left her body in that house. So there's a ghost story for you. I've got about 800 of them like that, and they're all legit, every one of them. None of them is made up, none of them is fake, none of them have been fabricated in any way. But I also was a ghost chaser for close to 15 years, 20 years, so I've seen some crazy stuff. Matter of fact, where's my ghost meter at?
Should be over there.
My ghost meter's sitting over here somewhere. Jason, no, I don't know what they found. I'm guessing with the 3 police cars and a big black van sitting outside, which is probably a coroner's van, I'm pretty sure they found something, because the way the alderman described it was, the bag looked like a body bag, but it was smaller. And one person carried it out, not 2. The way he was talking is, Oh, that's no problem, Eugene. I love telling these stories. It actually helps me because some of these things I've seen in my life actually haunt me. They literally haunt me, and talking about them gets them out, to the world and eases me a little bit. But yeah, the way he described it, it looked like a thick bag, like a body bag, but one person was carrying it out. But see, he said the girl had been missing for almost 10, 12 years.
And she wasn't that big.
And she was a little girl. She was, about 10 years old. Yeah, see, I've even got EMF meters and stuff like that to go chase ghosts. Been doing that for years. Yeah, Jason, I got 1,000 of them. The problem I have is time. On average, I work 60 hours a week. See, it picks up any electromagnetic pulses and fields. If I go around anything that's electronic or anything, you get too close to it, it's going to set it off because it picks up electromagnetic fields, which it picks up spirits and stuff. But my problem is time. It honestly is. I take care of my disabled wife, my handicapped sister, and apparently a son that likes doing crazy things to himself. John Oler, how's it going? Oh, you was in here too, huh? Cool. No, I can't read. Hold on. Yeah, John, that's how it works, buddy. Thanks, buddy, for the birthday wishes. Yeah, that's how it works. I mean, I wanted to pull that off better myself, but then again, I didn't. Anybody that's ever been in this situation, if anybody's ever been in that situation where you think you found something that you don't want to find, that will be the hardest thing in the world for you to do. Because even though I knew in my heart that little girl was in that dang fireplace, I knew it with every ounce of whatever's in my body, I knew she was in there. It's the only place she could be. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I mean, I was going to do it anyway, and I was waiting for my wife to leave. But the whole time I was waiting for my wife to leave to go to her mom's, I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to do this? What am I going to see? What am I going to find? And in my brain, I played it over and over. Every screw coming loose. I mean, it freak you out.
Tell them about that thing that jumped on the side of the house.
Oh, y'all want another one? And I've got my wife sitting here, which is a devout Christian that won't lie to y'all, so y'all know that I ain't lying. But I can tell y'all another short one that'll get y'all going. This is why I'm thinking about changing my other channel name to something to do with ghost hunting and supernatural. See, I've been hunting these things, and I've been okay, Eugene. Let me turn my camera a little bit because I have a nicotine habit, and I can't do certain things on YouTube. They shun on it. See, that's not good, John. That's not good. If they're saging a house and they're getting attacked, then the spirit was not a good spirit. It's not a pure spirit, and it's not a good spirit. You don't want to mess with it. You want something stronger than sage. I gotta lean off camera so I can take care of things. Yes, most likely that's what it was. I'm thinking about making my other channel. Right now it's Troy of All Trades, but I might do it strictly for my ghost and cryptid hunting stuff. My wife and a lot of my friends have now started calling me the magnet. I am a magnet for everything creepy. Cryptids, ghosts, whatever it is, I'm a magnet. It's like every time I'm around, they show themselves. So that might have something to do with my other channel name. But this is a real short thing that happened. And I've got 6 witnesses, and one of them sitting in the other room because she didn't believe me. When we lived in my old house, my mother-in-law's house, she had a tree. The neighbor had a tree on this side of her, and the neighbor had a tree on this side of her. And the houses ain't that wide. They're, regular size subdivision houses. But I went to take the trash out one night, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw something big and black, like a shadow, go from one tree to the other tree. I claimed it being basically like the Mothman. I mean, it was literally that big. The shadow come over top of me. I caught it out of the corner of my eye, I looked up, and seen it land in the other tree. Well, you see the tree bounce like this. I'm like, what was that? So I'm sitting there looking at the tree, and I'm watching the tree bounce, and I'm trying to see through the leaves. I'm like, there's something over there. I saw it go above me, and there's something over there. Well, first I'm like, well, maybe it's an owl. It's probably an owl. It was big, but it's probably an owl. I just probably caught the shadow of it. Because I have to rationalize every time I see something that's not natural, I've got to try to make normalcy out of it. I try to debunk everything before it happens. I'm like, no, that didn't happen. It ain't what it looks like. Here's the real reason. I got to reason with myself to what is really going on, because I see stuff so much. And I'm like, okay. So I went and told my wife. She thought I was crazy. She's like, you're crazy. You're just seeing stuff. I was like, okay. So she walks out there with me. We got a flashlight. We shine it in the tree. The tree moves a little bit. Don't see anything. She's like, well, there's nothing out there. It's just the wind. Okay, cool. Maybe it is just me. Maybe my mind's playing tricks on me. Well, this house is all brick, except for the back of the house. It's got like siding, like plastic siding on it. And there's a deck. If you walk out the back door, it's got a sliding glass door. You walk out and you got a big deck. You can sit out there with a grill and stuff on it. Well, we went to sit in the living room, which is right there by the sliding glass door. We're sitting on the couch. About that time we hear this thump. I'm talking a real loud thump on the back patio. Shook the whole house. My wife looks at me. She goes, what was that? About that time you hear something running up the wall. And it was shaking the house while it was running up the wall. You could hear claw marks hit the siding. Then you hear it run across the roof. And like I said, it was shaking the house when it ran across. I looked at her. I said, I'm seeing stuff again. I said, I guess I'm hearing stuff again too. And she's like, no, you heard that. She goes, it shook the whole house. I said, well, I told you I saw something out there. And she goes, I didn't believe you. I'm like, yeah, well, whatever it is, it's now on top of the house. What's it say? You got chills? You heard that sound before, John? Yeah, it's not a fun sound. Not a fun sound. And now see, I had to rationalize that one. When we moved out here, we had cats that ran up the wall and chased her. Matter of fact, one of the cats is probably laying on my floor right now. My daughter's cat was chasing another cat up the neighbor's house. Sounded totally different. Whatever was running up that wall had to weigh every bit of 100 pounds. There was no other explanation. The way it hit the deck, it shook the whole house. And it had to weigh about 100 pounds. And there's nothing else. It couldn't have been a raccoon. We thought a raccoon. We thought possum. No, there's no way. Whatever it was as big as us. If anybody's ever played the Resident Evil game, if you know what a licker is, that's what I thought. That's what it sounded like. It literally sounded like a licker running down the wall and up the roof. And just last month, I saw that same shadow at my fishing spot. Saw the same shadow at my fishing spot. And, yeah, I wasn't too happy. And I looked over, and I don't know if I got the video footage of it or not. 'Cause, no, I hadn't started recording yet, because I remember telling it, because I'm pretty sure, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a shapeshifter. And I told it, if it don't want to be caught on video, that it might want to stay out of sight, because I was turning on my cameras. No, we wouldn't have had nothing like that out there, Eugene. We was living in the middle of the city at that time, in the middle of the city. Now I can't say it wasn't well, I don't know how can I say this without it's a joke, but I don't want to say it in a way that I know a word I can use, tweaker. It wasn't a tweaker, but yeah. What's it say? Yes, it does. Actually, it does, Jason. Now, I've actually, usually when I go to chase a spirit out, I do it in a way that is non-conventional. Okay. If you're into spirit hunting and everything else, you'll know what auras are. How everybody puts off an aura. Well, your common auras are white, gray, black. Well, not like black, but white, gray. You know, you got purple, pink. You got all the colors of the rainbow in the auras. It's what you see around people. Well, I put off a neutral, like a light gray aura at all times. I've got a light gray aura about me, which is 99% of the population has a light gray aura, because everybody's done things wrong. They're not pure. You know, nobody's pure at heart. They've done something wrong. You know, you usually have a gray aura. Well, I also have a red aura, which happens to be berserker. Spirits do not like berserkers. They do not like them at all. And I found this out the hard way. One day my aura come out that I was trying to mask, and all heck broke loose. And yeah, after that I started using it to my advantage. I started going in, I would mask my aura. I would literally meditate for 30 to 40 minutes before I went into a house. And when I walked into a house, if somebody was there and they said the house was haunted, the first thing I would do when I went into the house was I would tell them, we're not talking about anything about the house while we're in the house. We don't let the spirits know that I'm here to talk about them. You know, if I'm gonna come and investigate the house, I'm gonna investigate it like I'm just looking at the house to do remodeling or something like that. I don't want them to know what my true intentions are. Yeah, sometimes you don't see a lot of stuff until it's in camera. Till you watch it back and see stuff. My daughter caught one at my fishing spot like that, and she won't give it to me. She's got an iPhone, and she was taking pictures like this in the woods in the dark. And you can clearly see a face in one of the pictures. If you zoom in, you can tell it's a face. But by the time you zoom in so much, it's all distorted and everything. You can't see it, but you can see the shape of a face. It looks like eyes and everything. She won't give it to me. It's on her phone. She's like, no, this is mine. You're not posting it. You're not doing nothing. It's mine. But, yeah, I started using my aura to attack spirits. I would go in the house. I'd have the family leave and everything else. And I'd tell them beforehand, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to chase the spirit out of here. I'm not going to give it no other chance. And, you know, if it don't work, it's going to be madder than what it was before I came. So that's something you need to be aware of. Just like when you go through surgery, the doctor says, well, there's a very slight chance that something can go wrong. Well, that was me. I had to tell them there's a very slight chance that something could go wrong, and me not chase the spirit out, and then they're going to be mad. And I actually had one family tell me no, it wasn't worth the risk. But 4 other families that I did their houses, they agreed. Luckily, I had none of those issues at none of those houses. I'd walk in, calm, peaceful. I'd sit down. I'd check out the house. I'd walk in, try to see if I can feel anything in the house, to feel where everything was coming from. I walked through the whole house. I did my walkthrough. then I usually had the company, the family or whoever owned the house to meet me somewhere. And I gave them strict instructions before they met me, before they left the house. A lot of things that people don't know that don't do ghost hunting. One, spirits have to listen to, well, demons don't, but spirits will listen to you. They have to listen to you. First thing you should do when you leave a house, if you think that house is haunted, if you think you're in a place as their spirits, you need to announce that they are not welcome to follow you. Also, don't take anything from that place. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you look down, you see an aluminum can, you're like, oh, this is cool looking. Leave it there. No. Never take anything out of a house that you suspect or an area you suspect to be haunted. Do not take it. There is a possibility something can be connected to that. Do not take it. But where I lived at, the only restaurant within 25 miles of my house was McDonald's. So what I would normally do is, I'd be like, okay, what I want you to do is, at 6 o'clock tonight, usually because most of the time it was, dark at night, at like 8 or 9 o'clock. At 6 o'clock tonight, I want you to meet me at McDonald's. Okay? We're going to discuss things more. I said, and then I'm telling them, before you leave, everybody that walks out the door needs to tell the spirits, you're not welcome to follow me. Get in the car. When y'all all get in the car, announce it again. You're not welcome to follow. I'm like, okay. So they're like, the first family I did this with did it and everything. They met me at McDonald's. We sit down, was sitting at the table, and I told them, I'm like, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go in. I felt energy in the house. It didn't feel like negative energy. It felt like, normal energy. We're going to go in the house. Or I'm going to go in the house. Y'all going to stay somewhere for, most of the night until I tell you it's clear. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to provoke it. I'm going to make sure that it knows I'm there. I'm going to make sure that it knows it cannot harm me. And I'm going to make sure it knows that it's no longer welcome in the house. I said, but I've got to warn you ahead of time. By provoking it, may make it mad if it don't leave. And I'm like, well, whatever it takes. Nobody else will help us with it. So I'd go in the house. As soon as they leave, I'd walk in I'd come in. Most of the time they hand me, the 4 families I went and did this to, their houses all handed me their keys and said, we're going to wait down the street. We're going to go to a friend's house down the street. Let us know when you're done. So I'd walk in the house, still masking my aura. I'd walk in, and I'd have 5 items with me. That's it. I'd have little brass bells, like the ones everybody uses for fishing, but they're real brass bells. Some thumbtacks to put them up, because in every doorway, I had to have a bell. Come on, live, bud. So, if you didn't know that, ghosts will ring bells. If they're real brass bells, they would cause them to ring. I put them in every doorway to where they knew I could tell that they are when they're coming towards me. And then I started announcing who I was. This whole time I've got my aura mask and just trying to stay calm, because if I got the slightest bit irritated, the meditation part of it would not have worked anymore, and I would have been out of luck. Come in and tell the spirits, I'm here to make you leave. You are no longer welcomed in this house. The family is scared. They would like you to leave, and you will be leaving tonight. And normally I would start off and be like, we can do this 2 ways. You can either go peacefully, or I will put you out. And then I'd hear some noise or something in the background. On average, almost every time I did it, you heard a noise. And it's usually them saying that they're not leaving. So then it got ugly. Because then it went from, I command you to show yourself, I command you to manifest yourself right now. Manifest right here in front of me now. Usually they didn't want to do that. They don't want to show themselves. No matter how much you order them to do anything, they look at you and just, no, they ain't doing it. About that time, if they didn't, then I just get a little bit angry. And as soon as I couldn't cover my order no more, the house got crazy. Because the spirits do not want to be around a berserker. Not at all. I'm like, John, I'll get to those photos here in a minute, bud. I'll pull them up on my other phone. That way, if you want me to, I can show everybody on the screen. Froggy, how's it going? But yeah, I would show my order and then things would go crazy. And then I'd look at the spirits and be like, look, you were warned. You will leave now. You are no longer welcome. If you don't leave, I will force you to leave. And you cannot stop me. This is exactly what I tell them. And all 4 times that worked. All 4 times they panicked and ran out the door, as you would call it. And when the family got back, my exact words were, here's what I want you to do. Just to make sure it happens, everyone in the house, everyone that lives here, I want them to say the same thing, and they need to mean it. I want you to go in the house, and I want you to look, basically, you don't have to look, just go in the house and go, hey, you are no longer welcomed here. And mean it. Reassure that they know they're no longer welcome there. If not, they can come right back in. I also told them, if I find anything in their house that I felt did not match what they should have in there, I'm going to ask them questions. And I'm not talking about illegal stuff. I'm talking about supernatural stuff. That never happened. But I did tell them this. And I would have said, hey, where did this come from? This is where your problem is. All right, Froggy. What? Oh, that is awesome. Yes. Sorry, it took me a second to read your post, Froggy. So it's a world champion. That is beyond belief. Finally, some good news. Today, I've heard quite a bit of good news today. So my best friend got his kids back. He hadn't seen his kids for 2 years. He got his kids back today. So I'm thankful for that. My son got out of the hospital today. Thankful for that. And now I find out that Froggy's son is a world champion. Yes, sir. Wins. Give me a second, John. I'll pull those up. I know you sent them all to me. Let's see here. Yeah. See, John, that looks almost identical to what I had to deal with. That looks almost identical to what I had to deal with. But the house was smaller. That's a big old house there. But yeah. Definitely. It was that kind of fireplace, y'all. What John sent me. John Oler sent me these. The house he was talking about. And there's the chimney that goes up through the if y'all can see it because of glare. Let me turn my brightness down a little bit. Maybe I'll be able to see it better. There you go. There's the chimney going up through. Okay. This top part was cut off and covered. Jason, yes, I have. Quite a few times. I've actually used real Ouija boards. When I say real Ouija boards, is the Ouija boards and the spirit boards that they sell from Parker Brothers. No. There's something that those have on them, and I can't tell. I would tell you, but if you're a true ghost hunter, you already know anyway. There are seals in that Ouija board that keeps it from working. That's why it says game. The Ouija boards we used to use, were all printed in blood. All the lettering was in blood, and there was no seals to stop things from working. I actually own one of the real ones, and my daughter owns the fake one. I won't tell her it's fake. She don't need to know that. Yeah, I can see that. Now I really want to get back into ghost hunting again, y'all. I do. I love telling y'all these spooky stories and stuff. And actually, I thought about doing some stuff. I happen to live in a bad area. Anybody that knows anything about Louisville, Kentucky, y'all know what I'm talking about. And secret safe with you. Okay, Laura. And that's one person right now that can tell you how bad Kentucky is. Louisville is. She lives in one of the worst parts of Louisville. One of the worst parts of Louisville. God bless her soul, because I tell you right now, I couldn't live there no more. There are no good areas. No, there's not. But she lives in the worst. And the reason why I say there, she's saying there's no good areas. See, my neighborhood used to be rowdy. Used to be crazy. One of the worst neighborhoods in Louisville. Then it become peaceful. My neighborhood's so quiet that 7 o'clock at night you can walk out in the front yard. Out in the front, on the sidewalk or the street. You can drop a pin and people hear it 3 blocks away because there's no sound. Dead silent. This is the quietest neighborhood I've lived in my whole life, and I've lived in rich subdivisions. Exactly. That's what I was about to say, Laura. She beat me to the punch. My neighborhood is quiet and peaceful. You don't hear nothing. Well, I happen to live off of Johnsontown Road. Yesterday, they found a young man underneath the viaduct, one of my fishing holes actually, one of the creeks that I go to. This one only holds water certain times of the year, but if you follow it down far enough through the path, you'll find a puddle that you can fish in. They found him under the viaduct in one of my creeks. And he was put there by foul play. That's all I'm going to say. He was put there by foul play. So yeah, my neighborhood is not even that nice. But that happened less than an eighth of a mile away. So that's one spot I can investigate. Also, the year that I moved into this house, sadly, because anytime anybody passes away, it's sad and tragic. I don't care if I know them or not. Sadly, a young couple on the flood wall that I fish off of passed away the year that I moved in here. Some teenagers was out there riding their four-wheelers, 12 o'clock, 12:15 at night. Didn't see the couple walking down the flood wall and hit them. Both of them died at the scene. Every night on the anniversary of that happening, and I go up on the flood wall, you feel coat spots. So I thought about investigating there. I've got a few places I can investigate, but the problem of it is I did not know, and this is my own fault, my own stupidity, that a paranormal license expires like a regular license. Didn't know that. I thought, it's the same thing. Anybody that's ever been an ordained minister, you become an ordained minister, you're an ordained minister for life unless they change their mind. You're an ordained minister for life. I thought it was the same thing with paranormal license. No, it's not. It expires. I did not know this, and my license expired. And it's kind of hard to get one back. And what I mean by a license, it's not really a license. It's not like a card saying, hey, I'm a Ghostbuster. Nothing like that. But if you're documented as a paranormal investigator, legally documented Okay, which is, there's classes that you could take for this, actually. Believe it or not, you can look it up. There's classes. If you're a licensed investigator, it's the same thing as being a private investigator. If you're licensed, you can get permission to go into places like abandoned houses and stuff that are owned by the city. You can contact the city. Usually takes them about 6 to 8 weeks to get back to you, but you can contact the city and you can get permission, which they will send you a letter of permission, which is stamped by a judge or by whatever, saying you legally have the right on such and such time, from such and such time to such and such time, to legally investigate a property if it's owned by the city. Without that license, if you go on that permission and permit, you go on that property and it's a 3-year jail sentence. So because of that, me losing my stuff, I can't go into none of them. My grandkids, I want to have them record their story, telling me the story. I want them to tell y'all, not me. I don't know if y'all seen the short where I took my grandkids fishing. Daniel, thanks for stopping in. I want them to tell the story. I don't want to tell it. Because when they tell it, it's priceless. And I do mean priceless. Whose message is held for review? View message. I think your message got hit by YouTube, Laura, because it's got foul language. I think they hit it. Yeah, YouTube's bad at that. They see one word that they don't like and they'll ban it. Yep, that's what it is, because they just hit the next one. Give it a minute and it'll let you say stuff again. YouTube's bad about that. But apparently they went into a house. And they found something, basically. They didn't find it, but they smelt it. They were in the house for about 45 minutes playing around with them and some of their friends, and started seeing some weird stuff, hearing some weird stuff, freaking out. 2 of the kids wanted to get out of the house immediately. They were so scared they almost pooped themselves. Okay. But they saw some stuff they shouldn't have saw. They walked in there was blood on some of the door handles and stuff like that. They got chased out. They got caught by the owner of the property because the place was, locked up and everything else. And they got chased off. 2 days later, the detective showed up at my son's house. Come to find out, the day the kids left out of there, the owner went in and found a body in there. They was pretty spooked. Yeah. Ain't that the truth, Laura? Yeah, that's one thing I don't understand about my state. When she's mentioned the squatters, they have squatter rights here. Okay? And that's what's messed up. Now, I can't get permission to go into an abandoned house. Even if I know it's haunted, even if I know anything about it, even if it's safe, even if it's, 3 years old, and it's safe. I can't go in there without going to jail. But now, if I took a backpack in there with me and said I was living there, they couldn't say nothing to me. And she lives in a bad part of town, and the house next to hers it's a nice house. It's actually the owner was fixing it up to rent it out, and people keep on breaking in there, squatting in it. So yeah. But yeah, I really want my kids to tell the story, because the look on their face. Now, they got in deep trouble over it, don't get me wrong. The cops didn't get them. Cops questioned them about what they saw and everything else. But cops didn't get them. My son and their mother got them. But they were like, well, we got grounded for 2 weeks for going in there. Okay, well, that's good. That's what you get. They're like, well, I don't understand why they grounded us for 2 weeks, because we ain't going back in there again. I'm like, oh, was y'all that scared? They're like, yeah, I'm not going back in there. And if you would have heard my granddaughter tell me the story about what they really saw, and almost go into tears telling me, yeah, it was pretty spooky. It sent shivers up my spine. And I'm a creepy person, as most people call me. But I mean, that's just the style of life I live. I've always been doing things like that, ghost hunting and stuff. To me, it's normal. I guess that's what happens when you're born on Halloween. You just get weird. You're just a weird person all the way around, But like I was saying earlier, I think I'm gonna start putting all my music on my main channel, just because I don't want to use the other channel for that. I'll check it out here in a minute, John. I'll go check it out. Matter of fact, I'll write it down that way I don't miss it, because if I don't, I won't be to figure it out. Well, Eugene, that's smart. The reason why, give me a second, Eugene. I want to write this down. Is it called Gallwoods? I'll look it up. I don't know why this thing's typing weird. I'm typing the letters I'm probably typing and writing up something else. Okay. Alright, I think I found it. I'll look it up here in just a second, John. But Willow, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Eugene, that's probably a good idea. If you don't know anything about the spirits or nothing, the people there, whatever you're talking about, you said you got two places in your backyard, in your yard. Yeah, I would be careful. If you don't know what's going on, yeah, that's what pulled up. It pulled up a nature reserve. But yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't take a chance. Now, we did learn something at my old house. Can y'all give me 30 seconds? I gotta go bathroom. Give me 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Another problem with getting old, y'all. Another problem with getting old. When you start getting older, you get a bladder about the size of a grape. But yeah, I know it. I done drink almost I think I've drank about a pot and a half today, and about a half a 2 liter. So yeah, I've been drinking a lot of fluids, but it don't help that my bladder's the size of a grape now. But we found out at the old house we lived at, my mother-in-law's, where we had that creepy thing run up the wall. And Laura might have seen things there because she was there at that house quite a few times. We know for a fact nothing happened in that house. We know for a fact, as far as we knew, nothing happened on the land. We knew nothing happened in the house because my mother-in-law had it built. It was built from the ground up. So there's nothing that could have happened in the house because she had it built brand new. The property was all wooded lands. And other than Civil War stuff or something like that, there couldn't have been, nothing there. Because it was all wooded land. And my uncle used to live here in Louisville, used to live in that area. He remembers it when it was all woods. He used to go back there all the time when he was a kid and play. So he knew for a fact there was nothing back there. But we would see shadows go through the house.
That woman?
Yeah, there was a woman that come through our house, and they would come in. You'd see them walk down the hallway like this.
Go in the back bedroom?
Go in the back bedroom and disappear. But they would come basically through the wall, like right here, and go straight on through the house, just walking through.
Yep, I saw that many a time.
My wife's seen it quite a few times. One time she thought it was her mother.
I followed her back.
She followed her back.
Mad.
She followed her back to the bathroom. She thought her mom had walked past through the living room. Sorry about that, y'all. Apparently it decided it was gonna reconnect me. I think I'm back live again. We'll see. We'll give it a second and see if I got the TV. Yeah, it's working. Let's see. I would go Coach Hills. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, John. Thanks for coming in, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, Eugene, I wouldn't mess with it too much. I mean, it should, if you decide, because, I mean, that's up to you. I will, John, thanks a lot. If you ever decide to do it, just remember one thing. Don't pick up anything. Don't take anything that was there, in that area, even if it looks cool. I don't care if it's a penny. If you find a penny in that area where the car was burnt or whatever, do not touch it. Don't touch it. Before you leave the area, make sure you announce that whatever's there is not welcome to follow you. That is a for sure. I mean, I don't care what any other ghost hunter says, or they might say it's bullcrap. No, it's the truth. You have to let them know they are not welcome to follow you. If anybody, I don't care if they're on YouTube and got 8 billion people, I don't care. See, I'm not one of these channels that go out here and fake all this stuff. I don't fake it. Okay? It doesn't say for entertainment purposes only on the bottom of my screen that says everything's fake. No. What I tell y'all is legit, and that's plain and simple. Coming from somebody that's done it in real life for many years. It's not fake, made up stuff, and I'm not faking things. That's just not who I am. I might make a video short or something like that. Yeah, Winnie, I'm still alive. I might make a little short or something as a joke, because I had planned on doing that to mess with everybody, to pick on all these ghost hunters. I had planned on making a short about my house being haunted, and it was going to be a prank, but y'all would recognize the prank right off the bat to know how fake it is. Just to say, ooh, it's fake, just to get a laugh. But yeah. But yeah, my wife, she's seen all that crap at the other house. It was pretty bad. She always seen stuff there. And you couldn't go through that house without getting cold chills. Every room you went to, just severe cold chills. So yeah, and we know, like I said, we know for a fact, 10,000%, million%, nothing happened in that house.
It was brand new.
It was brand new, built from the ground up. We watched them from the day one when she picked out the plot she wanted to put the house on. And the realtor come out and said, "Hey, these are the plots that we're about to clear out." She picked it, and her house was the first house on that block. There was no other houses. They hadn't even finished the street yet.
Yep.
We watched them when they laid the foundation of that house. We was there when they was laying the foundation of the house. It was still a dirt road coming up to the house. They laid the foundation for her house and like 9 other houses on that block. That was all that was there when her house was being built. So,
And they did around the corner.
yep. Had a voice talk to me on one of my videos one time. I didn't hear it till after. Now see, Wendy, that would get me. See, I do stuff like that for a living. And I tell you right now, those are always the best ones. They're the ones that get you the most. Because for the next year, you're going to be telling yourself, why didn't I hear that beforehand? But see, it's the same we was talking about earlier. You know, how many times you've taken a picture or shot a video and there was something in the video you didn't see? It happens all the time. It honestly does. 90% of all pictures out there, if you look at them close enough, you're going to see something you shouldn't see. Sometimes it's just your mind playing tricks on you. Sometimes there's actually stuff there.
What about Iroquois? I think you saw an Iroquois park.
Oh, I'm going to save some of my stories for later. I'm not going to tell them everything right now. I mean, I love entertaining everybody and telling them my stories, but I don't want them to know every one of them right now because, yeah. Got to save some for the future.
I still saw that one.
Well, that's going to have to be a story that comes with a warning, like my actual music video did. Yeah. That's probably a nice spirit, though, Wendy. If it says something, said, that looks good. Chris and Telly, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Yeah, you'll see a lot of that, Wendy, when people are getting sick and everything. My mother-in-law, the night that she passed on us last year, well, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, she was in there talking to her mother right before that happened. And her mother had been passed for what?
Since 21.
Since 20.
21. December 21st of 21.
No, I'm talking mom's mom.
She was there before I was ever born.
Oh, yeah, so she'd been, 40-something years. And she was talking to her mom.
50 years.
Yeah, she was talking to her mom, so yeah, that's what usually happens. They see things and spirits are around them at all times when there's something bad about to happen. The guy that died across the road, he was yeah, I wouldn't mess with it then, Eugene. Anybody that's hurt themselves in self-harm ways usually are not a friendly soul. I'm not saying they're evil. I don't believe in all that. Well, you did this. You self-harmed yourself, so you're sending a few over here. Yeah. Yeah, you make the crossover easier, Laura, you do. But, all right, oh, you said it does. I thought I said you do. You probably do too. And you know what I'm talking about. But, I misread that, what Laura said. You can't rewind anything, I'll tell you.
No, I'm trying to get the put on the
Yeah.
closed caption. Or the...
My co-host. Let's see here. Oh, sending a few over. I appreciate it. But Yeah, I don't believe in that you self-harmed yourself, you're going straight to hell thing. Um, I've read the whole Bible 25, 30 times. Read it front to back, back to front. And the main thing I remember seeing is God will forgive you for anything. So I don't think he's going to damn you just for that, you know? Don't think that's going to happen. But anybody in that mental state is not someone that you want to associate with. Yeah, as long as you believe, that's what they say. Now, I know where I'm going and it's not there. And that's because I broke the cardinal rule. There is one rule it even says in the Bible that he will not forgive you for. And that is taking another God above him, which I have done several times, especially some Native American, and I believe in my Native American culture, which believes there's more than one God. Just like the Viking half of me that believes there's more than one God. So yeah, I know where I'm going. I'm cool with that. Kids stay here and go someplace better. I don't care. I'm cool. But if anybody with that state of mind, you don't want to mess with it. Because most people that self-harm themselves, and this is just going from experience because I lost a son to that. My oldest stepson has been gone for about 12 years now due to that. And they tend to, the mindset that people that do that to themselves, I know I've been in that situation where I tried when I was younger. The mindset is not there. It's not a great mindset. Most of us, when we get to that point, because I suffer PTSD, and if you get to that point, you're ready to take down the world before you go. You realize you can't take down the world, so you take yourself. So therefore, you don't want to be around anything with that mindset. It's just not it's not a good thing. LW, thanks for the birthday wishes. Mark, how's it going? Thanks for the birthday wishes. Hugo, how's it going? I sure will. I sure will shout out your cousin. Redbird, how's it going? Thanks for the birthday wishes. You go what's your cousin's name, I'll shout him out for you. Alright. Candace, be strong. Alright? Everybody's rooting for you. Stay strong. Wendy, thanks for the birthday wishes. Like I was telling everybody earlier, I'm so old now, I had a T-Rex as my first pet. But yeah. Yeah, everybody throw a stay strong for Candace if you don't mind. I'm actually got my brother-in-law's dealing with that right now. He's stage 4. And that's what took my mother. Yeah. Give me a second, y'all. Get some more coffee. My cup had ran dry. And that can't happen. I gotta have my coffee. Yeah, I'm glad everybody came in. We're just doing a short live, and we'll start off as a short live. We've been live for 2 hours. That's cool. I got a bunch of amazing people in here with me, so I stay live as long as we got people in here, amazing people. Gotta make you a pot. I understand that one. Mark, what's morning coffee? What's morning coffee? I drink coffee 24/7. My bedtime is usually 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning, and I will be drinking coffee up until the time I go to bed. All you out there pouring crappie jigs, I understand that one. Yeah, Wendy, I didn't know nobody was. I knew nobody was live, but I didn't know anybody. I didn't know everybody didn't have anything scheduled. This would have been a great live, but with my son being in the hospital and just getting out today, I had to cancel everything because I had a big to do plan for tonight. I've got decorations. I was going to have 3 people help me carry decorations, or 2 people help me carry decorations down to my spot, because I was going to decorate the whole bank for Halloween and everything. It was going to be nice. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, But yeah, he messed his leg up pretty good. He messed it up pretty good. Yeah, now see, I didn't drink coffee till about 6 years ago. I would not touch coffee. I love the smell of it, but I didn't drink it. My wife drinks about a pot, and she drinks about a pot a day, or used to drink about a pot a day. And I was around her drinking it all the time. And I'm like, okay, well, that smells good on my cup. So then I started drinking and drinking it more, and then drinking it more and drinking it more. And now, every 5 minutes. Hugo, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah, I'll finish a cup and like this. This is my 3rd cup since live. That pot's almost empty. I'll have to make another pot in a little bit. Crazy Hillbilly, good morning. How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I love talking about ghosts and cryptids. My plan was this year was to get out and chase a lot more. That didn't happen. I seen a bunch of crazy stuff and didn't have the camera recording, so I do have some things planned. If they go my way, let's find some wood, y'all. Knock on some wood. Yeah, everybody knock on some wood for me for next year, because this year, hopefully I'll get to go out a couple more times fishing, but as far as the chasing wise goes, for the ghost hunting and the cryptid hunting, I was supposed to start doing that this year. I went down last year, or beginning of this year, right before spring. I got my night vision cameras. I went up getting 3 trail cameras. I went out and dug up my EMF meter so I can detect. Is there any electronics like electronic mechanisms around, which is not doing it now, huh? Oh, that's because I wasn't close enough. But dug out my EMF meter, all my thermal meters. So. Yeah, this is a cheap one. I've had this about 15, 16 years. It does the job, but if you get too close to anything that's got electricity, like if I get on a wall socket, it will read it. It'll pick it up. It's like, let me get around the battery part of it, see? If you get around the battery part of it, it'll go off because it picks up electricity. Well, Mark, that's not going to do us no good if you find out that then, because then you can't tell us about it. Plus, don't be in no rush. You're not going nowhere. I'm still waiting for you to pull out that massive 100-pound flathead. You ain't going nowhere. You still got a job to do. Sometimes I wish I didn't believe they were. I honestly do. I've seen some things in my life that I can never unsee. And unfortunately, my kids and my wife and everybody suffers because of it. That's a possibility, Wendy. That's a possibility. My whole thing is about 70%, if not 75% of most hauntings, of all hauntings, are relatives. Unless you move into some place that's haunted before, a lot of it's your relatives. I believe that 10,000% because, I mean, I've seen it. You know, I've seen it many a times. Well, Wendy, I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I joke around with my kids and my wife all the time, and I tell them when I'm gone, I'm going to come back and haunt them, and I'm going to torture them. I'm going to tap them on their ear, pull on their hair, just do something to just annoy them, you know. Just to let them know, hey, I ain't left yet. I'm still here. Boom, 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 you know. But I don't think they do it on purpose. Well, that's because personal belongings will hold energy. Not necessarily spirits, but personal belongings will hold energy. And if you have a connection to a person, like, you know, your mother, like you said, your mother, if you have a connection with that person, you're going to feel that energy as soon as you get around something, because your mind's telling you, you know in your mind it belonged to them, if that makes sense. You know it belonged to them, so you're already sensitive because it belonged to them first. So you're going to feel things that, I'm not saying they're not there, but they're amplified. The little bit that is there is doing it. All right, Mark, good night. Get you some rest. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it's just the energy. Yeah, Laura, that makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. But see, it's like me. Right now, I've got control of my mother's ashes. And I know she's not in there. I know for a fact she's not here. But if I get close to her ashes, I feel the energy. I mean, it's because you're accepting it. You know what that is. You know, it just pulls you in. You're gonna feel it stronger than what you should. That don't necessarily mean they're there. That just means they left energy behind. That's all that is. Yeah, antiques, a lot of times antiques carry a lot of things with them too. A whole lot of things with them. I've got some real rare, well, let me rephrase that. I had some real rare stuff. I don't know if I have it anymore. Um, I've lost almost everything I owned. I had a bunch of stuff in storage. Me and my wife both, we don't know if it's there or not. Because I had stuff at her house when I first moved in with her and her family. Because I didn't have no place else to go and I moved in with them. I put it all out in the shed. The shed got messed around with. People got in there and took stuff. I moved all that out of the shed into her brother's house, into his garage. It got moved and people went through it. Then we put it in storage and it got moved and messed around. I don't know if I got it all or not, but I have a few items right now, if I still have them, that would blow most people's minds. Two of them are certified and you can look them up and everything else and see the exact picture of what they are and where they came from. Wendy, I understand that. It does. It does help. And we will grieve the rest of our lives. We will grieve the rest of our lives. Certain days will just hit us like a ton of bricks. Well, if you don't have any, Eugene, that's good. That's pretty good. I have quite a few objects that are in that realm. I've got one or two that are actually wrapped in protective glass and inscribed to keep things in, just in case. My goal is to, I've got a studio room I'm working on right now. It's right underneath my bedroom. It's a little bitty, I want to say 10 by 12 foot room. It's a small room, but maybe 12 by 12. Only celebrate birthdays twice in a lifetime. But my plan is I want to decorate my studio. It's going to be my recording studio. It's going to be my studio to do lives and to do my hunts and stuff when I do hunts and edit my videos and stuff. But I got some real cool stuff. Give me a second. I want to show y'all what my walls are going to look like. Give y'all a little sneak peek. I'm into a lot of creepy things and I love horror movies, especially the old classic horror movies. And I want to decorate the whole room. I want to get all what I have left of my stuff out of the storage units and get it all together, get it put out. But then I'm also going to decorate the walls before I do. First one, of course, we had Elm Street. Gotta have Elm Street. Got a bunch of metal signs that I'm gonna put up. We got Elm Street. And we got Crystal Lake. Then we got one for the Amityville. And these are going to be the border ones that go across the top of my room. Because then we get into the fun stuff. And not all these are horror movies, but some of them are pretty cool. I got my Resident Evil Raccoon City one that's going on the wall. I got the Scary Movie one. What's your favorite scary movie? I got the Jeepers Creepers. Metal sign for that one. Of course, I'm a zombie fanatic, so I've got my Quarantine, which might go on the door. Got Freddy Krueger. And I had to have this, the original cover for the original Ghostbusters. Another Krueger. And my favorite, Halloween. And then I've got one that very few people know what it is. The Rocky Horror Picture Show. Not too many people know what that one is. That's just the start of my collection I'm working on. Yeah, show them mine. And I got my wife one. She had to have this one. I'm collecting all these. I got some that they're just unreal. And my wife's best friend that started staying with us to help me out with her, watch over my wife, brought me some awesome comic book stuff. Some awesome comic book stuff.
There we go.
You can. Now, unfortunately, the one I want the most is hard for me to find. I did find it on Amazon, but they want almost $30 for it, and I don't see it being worth $30. I'm looking for the Poltergeist one too, but the one I want most of all is the Lost Boys. I want the Lost Boys one, and the only place I found it so far is on Amazon, and they want right at $30 for it, for a small metal sign. See, I don't know if any of y'all have been to a bar. I done looked on Temu. That's where all those come from, was Temu. I don't know if any of y'all ever went to bars where they got all the signs posted. Well, I like collecting signs and stuff to decorate my room. And something from more of my era of life. I got it, baby. She found I was collecting signs. And she's like, well, I've got some I'm about to get rid of. They want us to get rid of. She said, do you like comics? I said, yeah, I used to get into comics. Why? She said, well, they was going to throw them away, so I thought you might want them. So she, being a sweetheart that she is, she brought me these. They're authentic comic cover prints to hang up in my room. I was like, yeah. I said, I'll take those. Those are nice. I'll hang them up too. Yeah, that's what kind of person she is. She's a sweetheart. She brought me 3 of them. And that's the original artwork covers. They're all authentic. So, yeah. I appreciated it a lot. It was awesome of her. Now, Eugene, they used to do that here, and that's where I got the thing. I've seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show approximately 170-something times. They used to do it every 2 weeks, every other Saturday.
Tell them the story about when you got it.
And I'll give y'all a funny one about that here in a second. And we used to go every time they played, and it was just to go to hang out. It wasn't about the movie. It was just the fact of we all got together, hang out, and had a good time.
And my brother dressed in drag.
Yeah, and our friends dressing in drag was funny. But yeah. Yes, Wendy, I do need a popcorn sign. Also, on Temu, they also have old vintage Mountain Dew signs. I have to have those. I have to have every one of them. Then I'm going to start getting my band signs soon, too. See, I'm about to do that. I got to have my Motley Crue. I have to have my Dokken. I have to have my Queensryche, my Slayer.
Metallica.
Metallica's okay. I like Metallica, but if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. You know, all the bands I grew up on, I got to have theirs. It's just a must. It makes life more pleasurable when you can sit down there and see things that you actually enjoy that bring back good memories. Because there's so many things that we deal with in life that give us bad memories that, you know, I want them good memories. So yeah, that's the plan.
I'll give you a good memory.
Yeah, I want some old. I wanted to collect all the old signs, but I wanted to go with all the. Since I'm going to be using 3 walls to do everything. The other walls can be covered with my recording studio equipment anyway. You're only going to be able to see 3 walls, and I'm going to have one done with like the comic books and superhero stuff probably, and then one's going to be all horror movies, and then the other one's going to be all band stuff. That way I can have enjoy my whole room. Yeah, they have cool stuff, but you got to be careful with that site. I tell you what, they're worse than the next trying to get back with you. I tell you that now. Hi, baby girl. Thank you. I love you too. Yeah, me too, Laura. I want to collect old money. Who's donating? Yeah, me too. You know what I actually want? I want some old food stamps.
Yeah, the original.
I've been saying that for years. I want some of the old food stamps. The original food stamps, the one that was on paper. But man, if you go look those up, oh my God. A $1 food stamp is like $25, $30 online. You have old food stamps, Wendy? Please send me one. It don't matter what the denomination is. I don't care if it's $1 or $5. It don't matter. Just one.
Unless you want to send a book.
I've been looking for those things forever. I have literally been looking for them forever. I wanted to put one in a frame and put it on the wall because so few people know what they are. You know, nowadays, you know. I've been trying to find them everywhere and I can't find them. Yeah, that's one of the things I've been looking for. I want to put one in a frame and put it on my wall. I think it'd be hilarious. Okay, well, I mean, if you've only got 1 or 2, don't. I understand if you had a bunch, that'd be awesome. If you had extra, but if you ain't got any extra, that's fine. Don't want you to send anything if you ain't got extra of.
But I'll take it for my birthday.
But yeah, that's my plan, y'all, is to do all that. I'm trying to get my daughter, I don't know if she's still in here or not. She said she wanted to start getting back into singing. She's got an amazing voice. A truly amazing voice. She won't let me record her half the time, but she's got an amazing voice. At least when she wants to have. There's times that she goes in there, plays around, and don't get serious with it and whatever, you know.
Maybe her and Sarah can sing together.
What, the old stamps from Sears or whatever? Because I know when you used to go to Sears, they used to give you little stamps to bring back to add up for money for making purchases. A&P maybe, yeah.
Kroger's used to do that, and then you come and get dishes and
Ah,
stuff.
well, that might have been either one of them. It wasn't Sears? Okay.
Or Kroger's.
It could have been, well, I don't know if she's got Kroger where she's at. A&P was everywhere and they used to do it.
It wasn't Sears.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't have no place to put her. I'd have the most expensive Sears sign they make. When the company went out of business and we closed down the mechanics shop, they took the big sign and that says Sears, and they put them all the letters, because each letter was like 4.5 foot tall. They put them all out in the dumpster, and I was told if I want to take them, I could take them. And I was going to take them and just move the letters around and make something else spell out of it, but I didn't have a place to put them big old things. Yeah, I remember the green stamps, Eugene. All right, Wendy. She says she'd be right back. She's curious now. We done dug up some stuff.
So I said hello because I couldn't type on my phone. My phone, every time I hit to type, it comes up and goes away. Comes up and goes away. So I don't know what the deal is.
Man, phone's acting stupid again.
Well, it's linking to the TV too.
That might be what it is, and it's blinking and back and going back and forth and shutting itself out. Yeah, you gotta be careful what you order off Temu, because Temu is like an ex trying to get back with you. I promise you, they will send you 45 messages a day telling you they have a great deal for you, and if you pay attention to it, it's not really a deal. I mean, they got good prices, don't get me wrong, but it's not really a deal, because I was on there one day ordering stuff, and I only order stuff on there that I can't find other places usually. If I can find it anywhere else, I order it from everywhere else. But if I can't find it, I'll order it from Temu. And I went on there and they're like, hey, you just, congratulations, you just got 50% off of an item. And I'm sitting there looking at the item, and the item's saying it's $3. And when they show it, it's like $6, and it marks it down to $3. I'm like, really? You gonna play like that? Yeah, they will bug you to death. They're horrible about it. And people are having a problem with them leaking their information too. That's another problem. I know a lot of people get mad about people using Temu. Can you do me a favor, baby? Get me one more cup.
What?
Can you get me one more cup?
No.
Please, please, please. But people having a problem with them and stuff and everything else about leaking information and everything. And we got a lot of people here that get mad about you buying it. They're like, buy American, buy American. Well, I work in American companies, and it's all made in China. People can get mad about that all they want, but it's the truth. If you work at the Ford plant, a lot of those parts are made in other countries. There's no difference. There's no difference. The only difference is there's more money coming to the United States than there is going out of overseas. But at the same time, they're still making their money overseas for the parts and stuff that they make. But when you're poor folk like most of us are, or you know, just scratch by, you find a deal, you get it. I mean, you got no choice, you know. Thank you, beautiful.
Yep.
And by the way, I don't know if Wendy's back in here yet. I'll wait till she comes back. But Rachel said hi to everybody.
I said hi to you.
She said hi to everybody. She tried to say hi in the chat, but her phone was acting stupid. And I'm getting itchy. But yeah, I'm not worried about, you know, buying stuff in places like that because it is what it is. You know, if I find something I want and if it's nice and I think it's worth the money, I buy it. It is what it is. We can only be happy once in our life, so, well, we can be happy more than once, but, you know, it's best to make ourselves happy as much as we can. And Hugo, I've got plenty of those too. Trust me. They just can't be shown on TV. Lynn, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. We was just in here talking ghost stories and stuff, and I mainly come up to apologize to everybody. I know you're happy, Laura, and it's about dang time. You deserve every bit of the happiness. You do. It's about time you find some happiness. Yeah, I did too, Eugene. But you know, the first time I purchased from them, a friend of mine sent me the link, and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna open this crap up. I've done heard too many horror stories about it. I'm not gonna open it up. I'm not gonna open it up. And then he sent me a link to one of the items on there that I had been looking for probably close to 3 years and couldn't find it. And I'm like, what? They've got that? I'm like, oh no, I'm opening up the app. As soon as I opened it up, they said, spin the wheel to see if you get any free gifts. So, of course, it says I got 8 free gifts if I purchase 2. I'm like, what? So I added 10 items to my cart, and sure enough, I got 8 free gifts. I got more free stuff than I paid for.
What the fucking...
Wendy, don't worry about it, sweetie. I appreciate you trying to find them and everything. But I don't want you bugging yourself over it either, because I hate doing that to myself. Know I got them, can't remember what they are, know I got them, and don't know where I put them at. Yeah, it drives you crazy. It ain't worth it. It is not worth it at all. I wish it was 40 here. I was supposed to be on the bank fishing tonight, and it's 32 degrees.
It's freezing.
That's what we was just talking about, Wendy. We were just talking about that. They are worse than an ex trying to get back with you. They will send more messages than an ex trying to get back with you. Yeah, I tell you what, it would definitely, they're worse than that. Yeah, no doubt. No more than a baby mama on child support. Ain't that the truth?
Who's it, Laura?
No, Hugo.
No.
That is the truth. 27 there, huh? Whew, yeah. But yeah, I was supposed to be out there, and I was going to do it. I was going to be out there. I was going to start my live at 12:10. That way my video premiere come out, because I wanted my music video premiere to come out before I went live. I was going to start my live at 12:10, and the bad about it is I had to get down there by 6 o'clock to have enough light to set up the bank. So I was going to be down there from 6 o'clock till probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning in 32-degree weather. It wasn't going to be fun.
So we cooked that. Fed our friends.
Yeah, it's going to be 20 degrees. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there, Lynn. I'm there every year.
Mm-hmm.
So you are coming, huh? Coolness. Yeah, I've got to get ready for CatCon. I know that's still, what, 4 months away? 4 months away, 4.5 months. We have about 4 months now. But I always build a fire. I've been cooking my dinner down there because I always try to get down there before the sun sets so I can see. It don't always work that way, but that's what I try to do. Because setting up my lights and all my other stuff, it's a pain in the butt in the dark. And I usually try to get down there before daylight sets or sunsets, and to set up all my gear. And yeah,
How
it's
long is 40?
by the time I get done doing all that stuff, if in order for me, because I don't get out of bed usually till about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So by the time I get up, get my coffee, get woke up, get all my gear together, and I get on the bank, I've done skipped breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I normally take my dinner down there, start a fire, and cook my dinner on the bank. Because if not, I'd go hungry for the day. That would be awesome, Wendy. That would be awesome. We'd love to meet you.
I'd like to meet you.
Yeah, we'd love to meet you. But yeah, the reason why I say I gotta get prepared for it now is because I'm not sure what Martin's doing yet. Martin was talking about coming and staying with me for a couple of days when he's down here. So he ain't got to get that raggedy motel room he got last time. And then on top of that, I've got to order more stickers. All my stickers are gone. All my stickers are gone, so I've got to get a lot more stickers. So that's gonna be fun. Because the last time I purchased 6 stickers, I think I purchased 500 stickers, and they lasted me about 2.5 months, 3 months. Now I was out.
Son, we just turned our air on, so
Our heat, yeah, we just turned our
he just turned off his AC.
Yeah, we just turned off our AC today too. We just turned our AC off, the heat's going. Gotta have heat, it's 32 degrees here. I mean, it ain't as cold as it is there, I guarantee it.
Where's he live?
But yeah,
Where's he live?
I don't remember exactly. Now, I wasn't gonna break out the heat, I wasn't gonna, Laura's like, about dang time. Yeah, we done finally turned off the AC. And hey, the AC unit's going out of the kitchen too. Yeah. That's to tell you how bad it's been here. We've got I had the AC in the house, and I had a little AC unit that one of the floor models that sit right here in the living room. So yeah. Oh, I'm free. Look what I'm wearing, Laura. You know how every time you see me, I'm in a hoodie. This hoodie gets wore almost daily. Because what I do is I put it on long enough. Usually it's over top of another shirt. I'll put it on long enough to get me warmed up because it's so dang cold in the house. And then I'll take it off. And then I'll get cold about 3 hours later and put it right back on for about half an hour, 45 minutes. Then take it off. And put it back on because I'm cold again. Yeah, it's cold when it blows on you. But
And
yeah.
that was just the.
And that was
It was
just
just a fan.
that was just the fan going. That wasn't even the AC. But yeah, we took it out and the heat's on now because it's a little too chilly. Then I cleared out the room. I had company come over. My buddy Lurch and his wife. They got their kid. He got his kids back today. He went to court and he's been fighting to get his kids back, and he got his kids back today. So yeah, so we decided, we're gonna sit here and cook dinner and have them come over and meet his kids and
Enjoy the night.
enjoy the night, which didn't last very long. And his poor baby, his daughter, she was so hyper and stuff, not knowing what's going on, that she was bouncing off the walls because she wasn't used to being away from her mother,
And set her tummy.
and got her tummy all upset, and she went to lay down and take a nap and got sick all over herself. That was
She got sick all over Brittany.
and then she got sick all over my buddy's wife. She went in there poor thing went in there to change her to make sure she was okay, try to calm her down. Was sitting there holding her, and all of a sudden, she just got sick everywhere, all over. She goes, "Do you have any clothes I could put on?" I'm like, "We'll find you something. We will find you something." Yep. Yeah, it was pretty funny though, for real, cause the whole thing happened, and the bad part is we invited them over. They had us over a couple weeks ago to their house, and they cooked us dinner. We played Cards Against Humanity all night, joked around.
Went fishing a little
Went
bit.
fishing for a little while, trying to get bait. And then we went over to their house, ate dinner. So I'm like, well, it's time to return the favor. They're like, well, we want to come over for your birthday. I'm like, okay, cool. And
Oh, I see what she said. I don't have menopause, so I'm sorry.
yeah, Rachel skipped menopause because she had to have a hysterectomy when she was younger. Yeah, but she knows what you're going through because
I still had hot flashes.
yeah, she
though.
still had, right after they did the hysterectomy, her hormones went berserk, and she went through it all in like 3 days. I think it all hit her in 3 days. Yeah, it wasn't fun. That was 3 days I wanted to go fishing and not come back.
Yeah, right.
But it is what it is. But yeah.
He's in the hotel. Yeah, I like mine like 69.
Yeah, we usually keep about 69, 70 degrees. Right around that area.
71, you're wearing a jacket.
Yeah, 71 degrees in the house,
And he's wearing a hoodie.
and you see what I'm wearing. Yeah. But see, at the same time though, I'm used to working in heat. I worked in mechanic shops my whole life, which had no air conditioning. Hot shops that got up to 115, 120 degrees in the shops. And then I work in a building with no air conditioning. And I work on the docks a lot of times where we're loading up trucks.
That's
And them
hot.
trucks are 120 degrees.
It won't be no more. Now it's going to be cold.
My wife wants me to do that. Lynn, she does that to me every year. Yeah, she does that to me every year. I took the kids out a couple years ago. She's like, you need to go trick-or-treating. It's your birthday. You should
Yeah,
go
mate.
trick-or-treating every year.
That guy gave you a beer.
Yeah. My daughter and my wife made me go trick-or-treating one year. Was giving me candy because my daughter was telling everybody it was my birthday. They was giving me candy, making me trick-or-treat. And one of the guys came out and gave me a beer, put a beer in my bag. It was funny. But yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
Where does Wendy live at?
I'm not sure. Oh, Wendy lives in Tennessee.
I wonder.
Reese Catfish, that'd be cool. That would be cool.
Tennessee. I wonder if she's gonna go see Solar Gap.
Give you a hot dog. Then they tell you not to take candy from strangers. You know this. Yeah, I tell you what. I'm trying in the process of trying to get me a new vehicle because I've given up on mine. I gave up on mine. I got that PT Cruiser. I've been trying for 2 years to get on the road.
K-Town. I don't know where that is.
And I'm like, well, I got to get this thing on the road, and it won't go nowhere. So I was in the process of getting another video, and I'm listening to another video till I ain't slept. Another car, and I thought about it. You know what I want to do? I want to get me a big white work van. And you know what kind of van I'm talking about? The ones that's got the big lock on the back of it. Yeah. And on the side of it, I want to spray paint free fishing gear inside. And I'm going to put my logo on the back. That way when I show up somewhere, he said Knoxville. Yeah, so when I show up somewhere, it looks like I got a kidnapper van. I thought it would be funny. It'd be hilarious.
Pigeon Forge is where he's going to be at.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be hilarious to do something like that if I get me a big van.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. And y'all, I'm debating on doing something I've talked myself out of about for the last 5 years. I've talked myself out of it, but I'm debating on doing something. I'm debating on getting a boat. I still don't have a vehicle to pull it. I can fix my truck. My truck runs, but it's not really street legal because it's lifted with big mud tires and stuff on it, and it only gets 8 miles to the gallon, so I don't drive it anywhere. But I can fix it and make it where I can take it places. But I'm debating on buying a boat. I'm seriously debating on it because I went to my buddy's house the other night when I was out to his house, and he's got a small little boat out there, and I told him, I said, man, I couldn't use that boat. It's too small to take in the river where I fish at. And I was like, so I can't take it, take that out in the river. And there was a boat sitting next to it. I'm like, I need something like that one, but I can't afford nothing like that one because, that's about an $8,000 boat used. And he goes, what do you mean you can't afford this one? I was like, I can't afford nothing like that. Now, mind you, when I seen this boat, I walked out there and looked at it. You could see your reflection on the paint. It's like looking into a mirror. It was that shiny. I'm like, I can't afford nothing that nice. Got a big, huge Evinrude engine on the back. Got the trolling motor on the front. Like, I can't afford nothing like that. He goes, I bet you could. I said, no, I couldn't. He said, I bet you could because it's my buddy's boat and he's trying to sell it. I'm like, really? And I was like, well, how much is he asking for it? And when he told me the price and told me what he might be to get it for even less, my jaw dropped and touched the floor. So right now he's talking to his buddy about if he can go down any on the price. And if he does, I will be getting a boat. And even though it's beautiful, because the paint job has just been redone in the last, I think he said they just painted it like 4 months ago. And he had it professionally painted. The colors I don't like, so it'll be getting repainted. But yep, that's debating on getting a boat, y'all. I've been talking myself out of it because if anybody's ever had a boat, they know what I'm talking about, what BOAT stands for. BOAT stands for break out another 1,000. Because every time
something breaks,
it's another $1,000. And I don't want to spend that money because I ain't got that kind of money to spend. But when I'm getting a $5,000-$6,000 boat for the price he's talking, yeah, it's worth getting it. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Here you go. That is the truth. But do you see the maintenance on this thing? Yeah, it ain't gonna be cheap. And that's why they say break out another 1,000. Yeah, me too, Wendy. I've always wanted one, but I've always talked myself out of it. Because I've got a guy I used to work with. Him and his son are professional bass fishermen. And they've got their boat, they probably got 45,000 into their boat. And I watched them have issues. And their issues scared me. One of their engines went out, and it cost them close to $3,000 just to get that engine fixed. I'm like, I'd have to junk the boat.
I'm 45.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And kick rocks.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, no doubt. 45, 32. Yeah, I don't blame you. But yeah, I've always wanted to get a boat.
You sound.
Phil Robertson.
About look like them too, don't I?
Oh,
No, with that beard. But yeah, this is a bass boat, but it's set up. It's got the huge live well on the back of it. We opened up the live well, and the live well on this boat is big enough to probably hold about 115 pound catfish easily. So it's set up for tournaments, which they have 9 here in Kentucky on the Ohio River. So yeah.
I'll pay your McDonald bill.
Sorry about that, y'all. My internet's crashing on and off, so I have to turn it off. Oh, well, what I was saying, I just got rid of a real nice bike. Oh, you want like a race bike? I had a nice Harley, and yeah, I still got one outside, but it's not
Anything.
It's not anything spectacular, but yeah, I had a 1979 Ironhead Sportster that was just beautiful. Original paint color, original pinstriping, 90% original bike, and I wound up letting it go for like $1,400. Dumbest mistake I could ever make, but I need the money because I was off work and I had to get rid of the bike.
And it was the band that was located.
Yeah, it had Grateful Dead all over it. All right, Laura, get you some rest. I thought you wanted to turn into a pumpkin. Wendy, I was trying to get my StreamYard to work earlier, and it's making me mad. I've got to contact them and try to get a hold of somebody. I used to have the paid version of StreamYard, and I had it for almost a year straight. And I paid for the whole year that I started going by monthly. And when I lost my job about a year ago, I lost my job. I missed a payment and they cut my StreamYard off. Now they won't let me use it again. They said I can go back to the free version, but every time I try to sign into it, it locks me out, tells me I can't use it. Which is irritating me because I wanted to have people come up and talk to where they can actually talk. That way I'm not sitting in here talking to myself and everything. Somebody try to make a pie out of you? I bet they would. I bet they would, Laura. But get you some rest. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I was trying to get it because I had planned on when I went out on the live tonight, I had about 3 or 4 people that wanted to come up live and panel and hang out with me for the night, which was going to make it a great night. Please email that to me, please, because I need to get StreamYard back. I need to get StreamYard back. And I didn't mind paying the $25 a month for the version I had, but you know, it come down to have car insurance or have StreamYard, and I was like, you know what, I gotta be able to get back to work. Well, I've got 3 Google accounts, and I tried to set it up on one of the other ones, and when I did, it told me it couldn't do it because the other one was linked to my channel. So that was the issue I was having. And that might be why mine's messed up now, because I tried to open up another one through my other email, and when I did, I think it threw it off and caused me issues. Yeah, I mean, that's all I needed was a free version, because I think you pull up 4 people on panel or something like that, and I only had 3 or 4 people coming up anyway, so I would have been fine. Baby, it's red. It's out.
Okay.
Yeah, our internet's getting so bad here, y'all. I don't know if any of y'all have Spectrum internet, but it is a nightmare. It is a joke. Ours goes out 7 times
A day.
easily. Now, I went to do my premiere on my video. This is no exaggeration. My premiere was set up at 12:01. At 12 o'clock, I was signed in to my account so I can do the premiere. And sure enough, at 12 o'clock exactly, the internet crashed. So I was scrambling to turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone, because if the Wi-Fi is turned on my phone, it won't let the mobile data work.
Yeah.
So I had to try to scroll down, shut it off as fast as I could, so I can actually use my mobile data to even do my music video premiere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was a little mad about that. Yeah, I probably could do that when you have Rachel set one up. But at the same time, like I said, I've got one set up through my other account. I can actually use it and go live with it on my other channel. But I don't have any followers on there. Yeah, I hate technology too.
I don't like going on there live.
And yeah, I gotta figure it out. I gotta contact them, because I think what it is I think since I had the paid version, I think they've got to change it over to the free version again. And I've never contacted anybody to deal with it, so every time I pull it up, it just tells me I'm not allowed to go live at this time. So it is what it is. I'll figure it all out eventually. Eventually it will be all figured out. But yeah, I hate technology too. Technology is costing me too much money, is what it is. Because every time I get something I like, something always happens, like my YouTube phone. Now, I bought a phone strictly to do my YouTube lives. And, of course, it gets broke. So I put duct tape on the back of it because it's all glass, so I didn't cut my fingers. Then my daughter put stickers all over it. But, yeah. It was a real nice phone. Now it's cracked. So I started editing my videos, and of course my laptop blows up. I bought that laptop strictly to edit YouTube videos, and it blew up a month and a half later. So I got a new hard drive put in it, and then it stopped working. So every time I try to, it won't let me, Wendy, because I'd love to have people come up with me. Give me a second. Let me. If I disconnect the live, y'all, I apologize. I'm going to see what I can do. Let's start poll. Reconnecting. Yeah, see? If I go to do anything, it tries to end my live. It won't do anything. Give me a second. I'm playing with it. Like I said, if I disconnect the live, I apologize. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not giving me any option to do anything. Now, when I first start my live, it says that I can get a link and send somebody and have them join the live and share the screen. I said I wanted to do that, and then I've tried it 4 or 5 times, and every time I do, it says it's not allowed to accept. I'm not allowed to accept people on the screen. So I don't know. It could be my phone. This phone I'm using right now, I can't stand it. I'm an LG person. I don't like Apple phones, so I'm a Android person.
Motorola, isn't it?
And this is an LG, and I've always had good luck out of my LGs. And now LG don't make phones no more, so they taught me into getting this Nord, and they should have called it Lord, because oh Lord, it's a piece of crap. It honestly is. It's a piece of crap. You go to live. There's no way to turn the autofocus off of it. Yeah, no doubt. Samsung is one of the best. But you go to turn the autofocus off of it. It does not allow you to do it. On my old LG, when the sun was coming up and I'm out there fishing, it would stay stable. This one flashes in and out, because it can't decide and decipher if it's going to be nighttime or daytime. And for about 10 minutes straight in the live, it will flash like this. And I'm like, Really? That's just junk. Peter North, how's it going? I don't know if I said hi to you earlier. What's her name? Jay LaBelle, thank you. Yeah, it's my wife's decorations. She loves the sugar skulls and stuff like that. So the whole house is basically decorated in sugar skulls. I told her, I said, you tell me what you want in the house and we're going to do it. So that's what we did. For every holiday, for Christmas and some birthdays, I go and buy as much of it as I can find. Especially around this time of year, because this is when they have it all out and displayed. So I buy more stuff every year, and we just keep on adding to the collection. The way I look at it is, as long as she's happy, I'm happy. So yep, our whole house is set up that way. Our salt and pepper shaker for the table, all of her towels, her hand towels for the kitchen, her sugar
Oven mitts.
containers, her oven mitts, everything's like that. Yeah, she's pretty smart. I like it too, so I can't complain. Now she wouldn't want the house the way I would.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Okay, well. Yeah, now she's saying she would like the house the way I would do it, but I'm pretty sure after I did it, she wouldn't like it too much. Because I want to change out and get a different coffee table and everything.
That's fine by me.
And I don't think she wants the coffee table I want.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, Wendy, we stay fairly happy. We honestly do. We've been together for 15 years. 15 years. I've known her since I was 14.
Yep.
Now to tell you how long we've known each other, I turned 51 today. And I've known her since I was 14. Jay Bell said hi. I think I'm saying that. I think I'm pronouncing that right.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah, we've known each other since we was kids, and we've been together for 15 years now. It was meant to happen.
It should have happened back when we were 14, but
Yeah,
oh
but
well.
it didn't happen then, but it happened later on in life.
Now one day you'll pop my baby out.
Yeah, one day I will deliver the baby she's implanted in my tummy.
Yeah.
I have problems. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Yeah, I tell you what. But see, I'm an easy person. Well, usually I can say usually because sometimes I'm a pain in the butt.
Yep.
I'm a guy. I'm not going to say I'm not. But usually she's got it pretty good because I'm one of those people. Is like I said with the house. You know, I told her when we bought this house, I want the garage, and I want that small tiny room underneath our bedroom because she's disabled. And if something happens to her, I want to be able to hear her beat on the floor or something. So I told her, I said, I want those two places. The rest of the house is yours. However you want to decorate it. We're gonna paint the walls.
He said she needs a she shed, and I do.
Yeah.
I knew my she shed.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I told her, I was like, you know, whatever colors you want, whatever designs you want, they're yours. You tell me, they're yours. I don't care. She's like, I'll paint our room pink. I don't care. As long as that's what you want, I don't care. I just sleep there. It ain't like it bothers me any.
We need to paint this entire house. That's what we need to do. These girls are gonna be here in a little bit.
What time is it?
4 o'clock almost.
Yes. That's what she wants. She wants a she shed so she can escape.
Yep.
So that's my next project, a she shed. Thanks a lot, y'all. Now I gotta build a she shed.
We can do it out there where my thing fell off. That you put up
Where's my truck gonna go?
my canopy.
Now, see, now I done
You're
lost
not going to drive over my dog to get to that.
exactly LW. Any way you want it, you can have it. As long as I got a pillow to sleep, lay my head on, and I ain't gotta have a pillow. I lay on the floor. I don't care. I was homeless for 6 years. I'll sleep anywhere. Escape from the dogs. Now I wish I had animals I had to escape from sometimes, but we got 3 cats, and I tell you what, they. Well, I would show you, but she's in her nightgown, so I'm pretty sure she don't want everybody seeing her in her nightgown.
Oh.
Everybody say, "Can you please show me your wife?" She'll come over and say hi a little bit.
I look horrible. Hello.
And burritos, yes. Don't forget the burritos. You gotta have those. Gotta have those. Yeah, I got lucky. I got a winner. She supports me. Yeah, she's beautiful. She honestly is. I got lucky. I got a good one. And I got lucky. She puts up with my stuff.
What?
Exactly.
Put up with your stuff.
I said she puts up with my stuff and that's hiding my face.
Oh.
Yep. And trust me, that's the only time it's impossible to put up with me. Yeah, most guys, that's how it is, yeah. Yeah, it's the truth, Wendy. She
No
puts up
kidding.
with me.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 2 kids and she's got 3. So yeah, we got 5 kids between the 2 of us.
Yep.
Of course, they're all adults now. Well, yeah, every one of them's adults.
17's your youngest.
My youngest is 17 and the other one of
18.
them's 18 and one's 29, one's 28 and
The other one's 30.
one's 30, yeah. Yep. Come on now, y'all gotta ask if I got kids. I mean
31.
It's great.
Jake's 31.
Yeah, Jake, my oldest stepson, which is my son, he's 31, so yeah. Heck, I got grandbabies. I just become a granddaddy for the first time
A year.
about a year and 2 months ago.
3.
A year and 3 months ago. Yeah, they're helping me. Wendy's like, y'all old folks. Yeah, if I was to actually shave this beard
He's
off,
very old.
if I was to shave this beard off, I would actually look about 10 to 15 years younger.
Yes.
I don't do that just because, yeah, it's kind of funny when I walk into places because my hair on my head, none of it's gray. The Native American blood, for some reason, my hair on my head don't change colors. It honestly don't. My mom's every year it got darker. Well, Wendy, I might not look 51, but I promise you, I feel 300. I can promise you that now. I can't move. I cannot move without something crackling and popping. You know, I'm getting there. I'm old. Yeah, she likes Jack Skeleton and stuff too, so I had to order some stuff for that too. It actually showed up normal. I'm surprised that usually it's flipped. Yeah, we're old souls for sure. Old souls. But yeah, I got lucky because when it comes to my fishing, I can be annoying sometimes. and I got lucky because she's learned how to put up with it. Been a few times that she's seen me get angry and over other stuff and be like, just go fishing and calm down. I don't want to hear it. Try to push me out the door. Go. Just go.
I've made you go before.
Oh, yeah. I bet you do. Peter, don't look a day over 65. Yeah, it's about the truth. It's almost solid white. It's getting there. I done told the kids, I said, a couple more years, and I can promise you right now, I won't even have to cover our diet to play Santa. I won't even have to diet to play Santa. It will just happen. What's my favorite place? What do you mean by favorite place?
To fish. Turn it around near me.
Dang it, I'm empty again.
Yep.
I need to get a bigger coffee cup. I need to get a bigger coffee cup. Well, y'all, here in a few minutes, I'm probably going to end this live. It's 4 o'clock here, and my nieces will be here to go to school here in about 2 hours.
6:30.
They show up about 6:30. Yep, drinking coffee. I drink coffee all night.
And all day until you go to work.
Yeah, I know I need a coffee mug. Actually, I think I need to just grab the coffee pot and put some sugar in it and start drinking out of it. The only reason why I use this cup is my daughter got this for me when she went to Florida one year. And she brought it home for me, and it's sitting in my cabinet for close to 3 or 4 years, and I didn't use it for anything. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to break it out and use it for coffee. And every time I grab it, if you actually see my fingers when I do it, you can see my veins stick out right here. I put a death grip on that coffee cup because I want to make sure this coffee cup lasts me forever. This is going to be the one cup that I'm going to make sure no matter what, I don't lose it. I want my daughter to be, 25, 30 years old, come over to the house and go to get a cup and be like, you still got that dang cup? I got that for you when I was 5 years old, But yeah, so I'm trying to keep it in one piece. Yeah, I'll probably drink. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. That's totally up to you. I would appreciate it. But yeah, I'll drink coffee up until it's time to go to bed. I drink so much. And with me being as old as I am, I literally, working as much as I do, I go through energy drinks like crazy too. So my caffeine level is so high that I can probably drink a pot and a half of coffee and still go to sleep on it. Well, thank you, Wendy, for the happy birthdays. Oh, I understand that. I'm getting ready to end the live anyway because I appreciate it. If you got a channel, I'll subscribe back. Anybody that subscribes to me, I subscribe back because the way I look at it, if somebody's subscribing to me, they're supporting me and I support everybody back. That's the way I feel about it. And that's on every platform I go on. I support everybody that supports me because that's just the way it should be done. I appreciate it, Hugo. And if anybody just came in here or is in here that's not normally on my channel, if y'all like rap music, I just released my music video. It's my second one. I got my first one on my other channel. I'm gonna move it over to this main channel here soon. But I got my second one that just released at midnight tonight. It already just released. Go ahead and check it out. Leave a comment. Tell me what y'all think about it. I did have to rush the video a little bit because my son winding up in the hospital with a broken leg and having to have surgery the same day I was trying to record it. And so I had to rush the video. And I was trying to get a friend of mine to play the victim because it's like a Jekyll and Hyde serial killer type video. But unfortunately, I had to change all that because, well, we only had 30 minutes to shoot the video. Tell her she's welcome. Tell her she's welcome. And I don't know if she's in here and she saw all the stuff, but everybody was sitting there, you know, hashtagging her, telling her to stay strong. Yeah, he's getting better. He was in the hospital for 3 days. They had to put a rod from his kneecap to his ankle. He's got a steel rod going through his whole bone to his from his kneecap to his ankle. So he's slowly getting it. Long way of recovery, I can promise you that now. But he got out of the hospital today, so it made the day better.
It's gone. You don't have no more coffee in it.
Well, y'all, I appreciate everybody for coming in. And I will catch y'all great people on the next one. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. That way I can go ahead and get to bed.
Once you say ho ho ho.
Ho, ho, ho. But, yeah. I will catch you great people in the next one. Cool, Eugene. I appreciate it. Yeah, there should be a lot more coming, y'all. Not all of it's going to be that crazy stuff. A lot of it's going to be different stuff, but all my music tells stories in some way, and that's how I write them. You know, most of mine are going to be talking about my PTSD and stuff, but it all tells stories and everything else. But y'all have a great night, and thank y'all for coming in.